Reginald.
Reginald. Yes,
Oh,
Reginald.
I'm ready to
Reginald.
tune into my favorite streamer, Yang Koete.
Yang
Yang
Coyote.
Koete.
I
am not a coyote.
That was one of my potential forms, but hey.
Wang Coyote.
No.
What I was looking for.
Alright. Let's let everyone pile in a little bit. Everyone get stretched. Do your
Oh shit! I
things.
see the chat now, or see our little chat in the sauce. So yes, it all works now.
Fucking go.
Okay. Like,
Let's see. There we go. Yang Coyote.
Koete.
Perfect. Caliente.
Wang Coyote.
The
Yang.
Wang Coyote.
My name
The
is
Wang
Yang.
Coyote.
Close your eyes.
That sounds
Potatoes.
not safe for work.
Potatoes.
Potato,
The
tomato.
Wang Coyote.
No. Is that just the furry form of the one from Doctor Strange? Or is that... No, that's Wong.
No. It's Wong Coyote.
Just getting more and more obscure for my name.
That's where Wong goes at the beginning of Spider-Man
streaming.
No Way
Lovely.
Home. He goes to find Wayne Coyote. He says, "Don't cast that spell, Doctor Strange. I need to find Wayne Coyote first. Be right back."
Oh my god.
Wang Coyote. Oh.
Wang Coyote is the lesser known sister of Dick Warlock.
And the cousin of Gregory Foreskin.
Gregory Foreskin.
Gregory Foreskin's gonna end up being the big bad of this campaign.
Oh, we got a bot. Hold on.
Gregory Foreskin, how could you? I thought we trusted you, but you said
The only way
said
to
small
defeat Gregory Foreskin is to slam his penis in the car door.
Okay, bot is successfully taken care of. Anyway.
I slammed my penis in a car door.
You slammed your penis in
slammed
a car
the
door.
penis?
Quickly,
Yango, slap your wife. We need the sound effect.
No!
in a car door.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Sean the non-believer. Sean.
John.
Sean.
John.
Sean.
Alright.
John.
I slammed my penis
Shut-
in the car door.
I'm ready
You
for the
stabbed
video,
your penis.
y'all.
Okay.
They have no idea what the fuck
Bot
they're
is dealt
talking
with.
about.
Anyway. Yeah, please don't
The car
slam
door
me.
slamming penis action. Your
No!
host.
We don't need action figures like that.
Slam.
Action
We're gonna go on
figures.
Hero. We're gonna go on Hero Forge and all create minis of our characters slamming.
The only reason. Anyway. Now that the chaos is subsiding and new chaos shall be born
Anyway,
again.
chat, here's the video we're talking about. Just so you
No!
can join in.
It's
Okay.
too late. It's been done.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
been done.
Fine. Everyone gets
Guys,
to have a
just so you
stupid
know,
laugh.
before
Watch at
watching
your
this
own risk.
campaign, it's obligatory that you watch this Brazilian pizza video.
No!
not that. No.
Okay,
Brazilian
seriously.
pizza video.
Brazilian pizza is just the most disgusting thing in the world, and I thought I was like rightfully just right to be disgusted by something stupid like sushi pizza. Then I discovered Brazilian pizza, and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with people?
I mean, it's possible that video is not representative of all of Brazilian pizza, but I mean,
Okay, that
But I
restaurant's
choose to
pizza.
believe it is.
Okay,
that restaurant and probably a whole
No,
lot
I
of
choose
other
to believe that. I choose to believe that that is entirety of all of it.
okay.
ones. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
So my friends who's actually in Brazil one day about that. Like, is this real? How real is this? How often do you get this?
Okay.
That's actually the best pizza.
Oh, no,
How
chicken
much
speedy pizza.
corn do you have on that pizza? How much mayonnaise is also on that pizza?
You just open up a can.
No, it's even worse. It's frozen corn.
Wait, frozen.
Right,
no,
I'm ready to
creamed
play.
corn. Creamed corn.
Oh, it's even better.
Okay. Anywho, what the heck did we do last time? Okay, yeah. You all punched a bunch of bandits. You all punched a bunch of bandits around. You managed to get some guy to actually take the coin from Abby. For once. Gix got to show off the might of Bananicus by setting fire to everything. Borla's got to tinker around with some stuff. And you're all on your way to the Great Cascade, but you're taking a little detour / rest stop to spend the night at one local farming village known as... You think I'd remember the name from last time? Splunker's Grove, that's it. Copse.
Splunker's Grove.
Splunker's Copse. Anywho. So. You're all awakening in the nice townhouse that you got to stay in thanks to Francois Debonair, the merchant that you came with. He got to get the town to give you all a nice reward for a nice place to sleep and a little bit of Jedi and some very nice decorated rooms. They're relatively small, and you all get to have your own room. It's probably because it was originally someone else's for a bunch of miners and some union stuff later, but hey, and earlier, but hey. Got comfy beds, plenty of decoration to look at, and some interesting company nearby. Like, you see a couple kids playing outside as you went to bed, but now it's a nice early morning for everyone.
Do we get full HP back?
You do get full
Maybe
HP and your spell slots back, I will say that, yes. Because it was
Hell
it was a long rest, basically.
Cool.
Heal you.
I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if there's anything outstanding in the room outside of what you just listed off here from
Okay.
where we're sleeping at.
That's
Decent.
it.
There's not a whole lot. Like, you know it's definitely a village more so rather than a town because they've got all sorts of knickknacks relating to, like, animals they probably hunted or some, like, farming equipment here and there. There's a couple axes that are, like, embedded into the thing and dulled down so no one can use them above, like, the doorway. It's fairly high ceilings and roofs, but not much else of note. You had a nice quilt.
Comfy. In that case, Mr. Hands is gonna quietly pack up his stuff, head outside, roll up a cigarette, and start to smoke it.
Alright.
And I don't know if the others are gonna wake up while Mr. Hands is getting his daily nicotine drag.
Yeah, it's around 7 a.m. right now, for everyone wondering what it is. Not like the crack of dawn, but
It's probably like around like 7 a.m.
7 a.m. early morning when people are already moving around to work. It's not a giant town, so most of the people are going to work in the forest are getting up, and you can see a couple people on the paths getting their axes and pickaxes ready for the mines too.
Borla's
Abby's gonna head out, and I want to see. Is there anyone who looks particularly like not happy about going to work?
Roll. Would be a good skill to roll.
investigation or perception.
Perception.
I think. Insight actually would be the good one because you're trying to figure out what they're feeling and such.
Read the bullshit.
No problem.
Read bullshit skill.
Roll for bullshit.
As per usual, it's taken 10 years to roll, and I'm probably going to click it again, and it will double roll.
That's okay. 19.
19.
You do spot out of the
Okay.
corner of your eye some sort of younger looking fellow who's just bringing up all the tools for the other people in his group, and he's just kind of just grunting while he's holding a overflowing sort of sling on his back, just full of axes and saws and everything else.
How separate is he from the rest of them?
He's still trailing around, but it's not like right next to them.
Abby's going to just start walking next to him and go, "Oh, looks like you're carrying an awful lot of other people's equipment with you this morning."
Yep. Yeah, he's a human-looking fellow, and he's just kind of grunting. The others are dwarves, and it's kind of fun. Just like, yeah, we're going to the north end this week by the mine. It's like there's a lot of pine trees there. Compass. Anyway, what do you need?
Pompous jerks. May I ask why you are the one who are becoming the pack mule for these, as you say, pompous jerks?
Punishment for the mines. Set off dynamite wrong.
I see. Tell me, does it pay well?
Decently. I can at least afford a house and food and some other stuff.
I see. How much would you say you get paid a day?
Day?
If you don't mind me asking, of course.
It depends on how much we get.
Well, I was going to say, surely because, as I'm looking at it right now, you seem to be working quite a lot harder than those men kind of jovially laughing up in the front. And to be honest with you, I'm only seeing you on your commute in the morning. I can't imagine it gets any better once you're actually, in the muck, per se.
Oh, well, I get to go home around noon and then maintain my tools, not their tools.
True, but as of right now, are you not dragging their tools?
And he's kind of sticking around you, and they're getting ahead a bit more right now.
And my point is, sir, why does it have to be you dragging their tools?
Like I said, punishment. Mom raised me right, but accidents happen.
A punishment for what, may I ask?
Dynamite caps, not improper. We all know. Those are explosive. Unless you lived under a rock for the past couple of ages. And
So
can
what
cause
did he say, not
cave-ins.
going proper?
If you don't know how to set them off proper, unless you've been living in the rock under a rock for the past couple of ages, caused a cave-in, and it wasn't fun.
Caused a cave in, my, but that doesn't seem like it was intentional, was it?
Nope, but I didn't check proper.
Well, my friend, let's say, in theory, purely hypothetically, of course, someone else caused a bit of an incident. Nothing too out of hand, of course, but what do you think would happen to them? And more so, how do you think that would then affect you?
I'd still serve my punishment, but whatever would happen to them, not my business.
How much longer do you have?
Just a week.
A week. A week. Duly noted. Well, this is naturally coming from the mouth of a stranger. But, I think when your week is up, it's maybe about time that you start, I don't know, re-establishing your presence among your co-workers and not only earning but demanding some of that initial respect back. And I think the best way, if you were to ask me to do so, would be to be the one to notice the folly in someone else's work before it goes wrong. You say you keep your tools well maintained, don't you?
Ah,
Good to hear. Abby looks towards the big thing of tools he's carrying and go, I wonder if everyone else takes as much care as you.
roll perception real
He
quick
winks.
on the tools.
Oh, I'm not trying to see
Oh.
if they've actually kept care of them.
Okay, you're just saying
I'm
that
trying to
offhand.
suggest that maybe he have a double check and see if any of these tools happen to, I don't know, not be as well maintained and might be causing an accident that he could stop before it even happened.
Roll persuasion real quick, just to see if you'll do it. He takes one look at one of the stray axes, like a felling axe, and then he just goes, these guys aren't exactly on the tools, they kind of just sit back at the bar and just end their day there. So,
And if you were to stop an accident before it happened, whether that person who owned the tool was aware or not only would that show that you have really taken your time in this state to heart and really thought about what you had done, but not only that, you were now more responsible and someone else may be more deserving of your place at the bottom of the rung, but that's just one traveler's conjecture. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friend.
okay. He just kind of looks puzzledly, then just shakes his head and just. He's still behind the group, but he slings it over his shoulder and just kind of looking through some of them.
That's enough for me. I just wanted to see if, even if it just a little bit, I could potentially throw a seed of doubt, cause a bit of chaos, make him fuck with other people's stuff for his own benefit. That's enough for my morning.
Okay.
Lovely bit of chaos.
Again, at that chaos.
Anywho, are the others getting on, or are you getting
Yeah,
up?
probably after half an hour, Borlis will probably get up, just do some stretching, just check on how his batch of alcohol is doing.
His batch of booze?
Batch of booze. He knows that's probably like another day before put some more stuff into it.
Roll survival real quick. Oh no!
Oh no!
So
Not the booze.
that night,
No.
you were kind of very nicely asleep. Like these quilts were reminding you of home a little bit from Babushka's sewing and everything else. Like it was just nice and thick, perfect for surviving the cold. Like even though it's not a really cold area, these things just felt nice, and you left the window open just to like simulate that you were in Nerful again. And you were so cozy and warm that you didn't notice that your booze may have popped open a bit.
Oh
And
no!
you see a bunch of bubbles on the floor, and it smells putrid.
No!
How potent is the smell here? Is it something that Mr. Hands would smell outside?
Let's just say you were rooming next to Borles, like in the other room over. As you passed by, you kind of just get a whiff, and it's like, ooh, that guy's smelly. But as you go outside, it's like, that smells like old booze, because you remember going through a couple things.
Smell.
I'm gonna
Smell that smells.
I'm gonna give a strong knock on the door of Borliz and ask, everything all right in there, friend?
Oh no.
No, comrade, it's not that great. My booze, they gone bad somehow.
Oh
Probably
no.
from that carriage ride or something.
I'm sorry to hear that, partner. You wanna smoke to take your mind off of it?
uh, Nah. Yeah, fuck it. It'll come out in white little trail.
Mr. Hands rolls 2 cigarettes, one for himself and one for Boy Liz, and I guess they'll enjoy a smoke outside together.
just de-stressing from the fact that he can't drink even more or longer than he has to.
Don't worry, friend. I'm sure you can whip up a new batch that's even more stronger and tastier than whatever that was.
True, it's just like I got to just get the whole thing all prepped up. It takes time. That's the annoying part.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry about your accident.
It's not destroyed or anything, you just gotta clean it out, and that batch is ruined.
Yeah. I blame that carriage ride. That shortcut might have screwed over my creation.
I know, I think I'm still ratting a bit sore from that shortcut, if you know what I mean, as Mr. Hands kind of rubs his ass a bit.
You have those what you call saddle sores?
Too many of them. Too many.
Yeah, you
Alright.
see Francois kind of walking by. He's wearing a very, very fuzzy, sort of like bathrobe sort of ordeal, and he's got like bunny slippers on. It's like, oh, good morning, everyone. Oh dear.
Oh, you have. I blame your carriage ride for what happened in.
For what?
Our friend here had a
Weird.
bit of an accident with his alcohol making. If you can't smell it already.
Like, oh, yeah, my sense of smell is kind of shot. I'm sorry about that. Like,
It's fine. It just take more time to make. It's just very annoying.
yes.
Gix comes out.
Abby walks around the
Good morning.
corner.
What the fuck is that smell?
Gix is just.
What's that
No.
smell?
That smelly
Abby
smell.
also appears and goes, "Oh, good lord! It smells like a homeless person ate a raccoon, vomited it up, and then ate it again before shitting it out. What the fuck is going on?"
I am really glad I cannot smell right now.
No, I'll
Yeah,
clean
with
it
a
up.
dead mod, we could use it as weapons.
I'll clean it up later. It's just very I would say spoiled booze. I didn't notice until now.
There's some rags in the kitchen if you'd like.
Right?
Rags.
Oh.
Yeah, with a little bit of rags and precipitation, he'll clean up his supplies
Oh, okay.
and whatever got drenched in the yeasted alcohol.
Anyway, boys, what shall be had for breakfast, by the way? I did say I would like to be cooked for.
Well,
That's a good
well, let me
question.
see.
Looks
Let me
towards
see what I
Paul.
have.
Well, I'm glad you said that because the man who managed to explode a bottle of alcohol into a foul-smelling concoction is in fact our cook. So, Liz, what will be on the menu today?
Let's see here. I got some rye bread. I got some halibut. I got all cod. Do you guys want any halibut? Or do you want any cod? What do you guys feel like?
Maybe I should help a bit with the cooking. I've done a bit of cooking for myself.
All right.
You know what? I got the fun one for us.
They did say we
Let
could
me
use
get some-
anything in the house, so.
What can this? Or I guess if anything, like I'll roll a maybe perception, see what's inside the house.
Yeah, sure.
Like anything I can please.
Yeah,
Fine
look
with
at the
whatever
materials.
fits. As
Oh,
Boilers is doing
six!
that.
Hell yeah!
I'm waiting for that
Could
next
I,
6.
Could I assist?
You can assist.
Roll again.
Roll with
One more
advantage.
6. One more
One more
6.
6. One.
Let's see.
Come on, roll an at 1.
It's 12.
Oh. Yeah, you open up one drawer real quick, and immediately you see a jar of pickles, and that just takes your eyes away for a moment. There's like 5 in there, like really thick cucumbers. It's like, oh, yes, this might be one of the diplomats from Nerfil is using this house every so often.
Oh, then I know what I can do with some of this.
And it's like, the rest of the stuff is just like basics, like sugar, a bit of flour, and some occasional herbs here and there, like rosemary and thyme all dried. Not much else.
If anything, I guess Borderless is gonna make the equivalent of black bread garlic bread.
All right.
using like a couple slices of rye bread and a couple of garlic or a couple of garlic chunks.
Garlic bowls. All right. Roll survival again. Hopefully it's better this time.
All right, survival.
I know-
While Borliz is, oh sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say while Borliz is doing that, Mr. Hands
With
is
a
gonna.
20.
Okay, that's better.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Look.
yeah.
Look, I know how to make that good rye. I know how to make that good garlic bread shit.
I'm gonna ask our new friends here. What's the hunting like around these spots here? Any good critters that we could possibly chase down? If Borliz is cooking up some of our meats, we may want to think about restocking here.
Oh, a lot of the animals are sadly out of season. The deer are more towards Passadia as well. They occasionally come down the hills or come. Oh, what else? Most of the smaller game you'll find near the Great Cascade. Oh, speaking of, I will sadly be staying here for the time being. I have a little bit of business to do here. But if you still want a quick way, I've sorted something out if you'd like to do this little side job for me.
Sorted something out as I elbow Abby to bring him into the conversation. You know, I think me and my friends here are, getting into the business of sorting stuff out. So I guess it depends what the job is and what's in it for us.
You two kill.
I'd be lying if I said you hadn't piqued my curiosity.
Oh, don't worry.
Curiosity.
It's a simple job, and I'm sure that you all would like it. It's a simple delivery. You'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as it's in the direction of the only safe entrance into the Great Cascade at the moment. I have.
I was just gonna say, I've heard the words simple and delivery used before, but I don't think I've ever used them together in a sentence like that. but keep going and tell us what this job is.
Alright. So, for the cargo, it's a simple batch of ore for a certain shopkeeper at Yon's Last Stand. It's a collection of piers. It looks very quaint, to say the least. The person in question runs a sort of hunting stand, and he's one of my very, very happy compatriots. He likes to do the hunting for the cleaning part of the animals. He likes to take all the bones and the meat and everything else for what you can gather. And he likes to supply everything. He's a little small lizard folk that looks like the other bigger ones around there, but he's a bit shorter and much more enthusiastic about his job. He will keep everything there as well. The cart, the horses, the ore, the crates, everything. But I do assume that you will be questioning him. He's collected it his workplace and put it next to the same platform as the Greenlight Grog House. It's a lovely little eatery. They're very opportunistic for customers. Everyone's allowed there. But the only rule for that place is don't ruin anyone's time.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Oh, no roughhousing, as they say. A lot of people come in that are more questionable. For example, the Garsby tribe is very fond of eating there, but some of their actions before has been absurd. They're one of the few tribes of wild humans left. I guess you could call them wild. But other than that, there's plenty of Kamats, which are interesting people. If anyone wants to roll history for that, for what they are, you can do that now.
Gladly.
Oh, history as I'm listening to the stuff while making the bread.
I assume we have
20.
the door open to help waft out the smell.
Yeah, like a few people.
What if there are people there? What if there are people there who like roughhousing and not roughhousing ruin their day?
Anyway, the Kamats are a group of two tribes.
It's gonna be
There are the Orchardists, which are like they're tree-dwelling people, and they have more of a vegetarian diet. They mostly eat fruit. And then there's the vampiric ones, which, as they say in the title, they are definitely fond of stealing people's blood and occasionally harvesting organs. And you do recall that they look like bats for the most part, kind of like harpies, but with bat features. And a lot of the time, people are a bit freaked out by them, by merely existing, because bats are scary for most people, but they're very nice in the Great Cascade. Just don't come across the vampiric ones.
Are you guys talking about those weird bat people?
Yes, I met a few, just don't cross the vampiric ones. They're being a
Yeah,
bit
my
more
cousin told
active
me about
lately.
How do you know the difference?
Oh, the vampiric ones are much shorter. And they have different eyes. The orchard ones have pure black and brown eyes, I will say.
Yeah, one of my cousins told me about these things. Some of them are nice, some of them I would stay clear away from.
Oh,
So
also the ears. You'll notice for the orchard ones, the ears are more cat or fox-like if you were to look at them, but the vampiric ones are more skin sharper.
So let me get this straight for a minute here. We take your cart and your resources. We drive it down. We give it to your friend at the last stand, and as long as we don't make any trouble at the grog house, we get a safe passage and a bit of pay.
Yes, of course. But Jimmy would probably give you only a discount for the most part, which, considering him, very useful. He sells a lot of good hunting gear.
Well, thankfully, my friend Dabby here is in the business of negotiation, so I think we can find ourselves a nice deal there. My last question for you before we say our goodbyes is, no, there's no other customers for these supplies, right? No one would be looking besides your friend to be taking these off of us, whether it be through money or through force.
Oh, no, this is just standard iron. It's not like anything interesting around here. Like, the crates are at the mine right now. They should bring them up about a half hour or so. He has a little pocket watch looking thing that he winds up real quick. Has a little symbol of a, what's it? Like a bear head inside of it. It's like, ooh. Anyway,
Alright,
about half an hour.
I guess this really is a simple delivery. You don't happen to own this mining operation, do you?
Oh, no. Like I said, I am a dealer in getting various supplies. They're not listed under my bazaar.
Good to know. Good to know. You just seem to be collecting their goods and redistributing.
Yes, I am a middleman of sorts. I already got a small pay boost from them, and I have a contract for having everything shipped every so often. You'll see me come by monthly for some areas. After here, I'm going to be going to Posadia to gather some grain and some other vegetables to take up to the Greater Moss Plateau. Which is just
Until
black,
then,
right?
but until then, let's enjoy some. I would cut the garlic bread as he pulls out basically like a platter full of cut up rye bread with salt, garlic, and also he cooked with the halberd or at least or
Halibut?
I'll say the halibut and is used as kind of like a if you want to use that as like a topper on top of it.
Ooh, lovely.
All right. Eat in. Do we need to
And
roll anything?
if this is
Determine
going to
how
be a
much we
good
enjoy
buy,
it?
sir,
Actually, Borlis hasn't made any of his special stuff yet. Oh well.
I haven't used any of that stuff yet.
Yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Josh. I cut
Well,
you off when you were speaking.
if this is going to be goodbye, sir, I do want to just add one slight amendment before we go.
Hmm.
The gift the gift we exchanged, when our first meeting,
Yes.
the cordial. I would highly recommend when you do decide to crack it open, do it in good company, or
Of
take your
course.
first shot of this all at once. Makes it taste all the sweeter.
All right. That sounds lovely. Speaking of, I would have it now, but
Good man.
I would think it'd be better for a
Was
business
that
opportunity
the
later.
brain damage alcohol?
Yes, that is the brain damage alcohol. I'm
The
trying to
Dane
convince him
damage
to
alcohol.
have
I'm
more.
just gonna mark that down.
Does Gigs notice that?
You do. Like, I'm just gonna say.
You guys were there when I initially gave it to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would
so-
remember
yeah.
that. Like,
So
you're
what
not
I
trying
would,
to
I would
slight it.
recommend, as we part ways, we'll go on our venture tonight with a couple of close compatriots. Just toast to our good health. That's all I ask.
Yes, I am sure of it. Very nice.
Fantastic. And Abby offers a hand to shake.
All right, he grabs out and shakes your hand, holding his fork and knife in the other. You all are
Have our
quite
hands
fond.
clasped?
Hmm?
Have our hands clasped?
Mm-hmm.
Does a gold coin happen to appear?
Roll that D100.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I will.
Gotta beat that.
65. Show us the 65.
Nope.
19.
No coin.
That's that's not my decision. That's not my decision. I just
Yeah.
shake his hand and smile and say, "Godspeed, my friend."
If
And
you
then we
ever
never saw
see
that
me
coin ever
again,
again.
I might hold you towards it. If you ever want to go on a nice little adventure with me. Later, I'm investigating a house. A very lovely house, I hear it. And I'm going to potentially buy it. If it's as lovely as it sounds, you may all be able to use it as a occasional residence. Not permanently, but hey, I always invite friends over.
What kind of investigation are you talking about? Does someone currently live there, or is this just a simple retail shop?
Retail and to assess any damage and renovations. It's very cheap, which is surprising, but given its location being far off from here, I'll say about a day's trip from this town, and it being in the middle of the woods and all, I'll have to investigate it later in my spare time. It won't be within this month, I will tell you. It will be later in the summer. Like it's late spring right now.
Just
Fair
watch out for
enough.
some quarters right now. Who knows who would be probably in that area?
As Mr. Hands gives Abby a light jokingly nudge, I'm not sure how tall Abby is, but I'm guessing since Mr. Hands is kind of short, it's gonna land on the hip. But
Yeah.
he says to Francis, he says, "Well, me and my friend Abby here just so happen to have an experience in inspecting properties. So you do let us know when that inspection is due, and we'll be happy to join you."
Your talents never cease, do they? I love Renaissance people.
I'm surprised every single day, to be honest. All right. Is
Well
it time
then.
to chow down on that garlic bread?
Hell yeah, man.
Garlic
Hell
bread
yeah,
for
garlic bread.
breakfast.
with
Best
fish on
breakfast
top.
ever.
With fish.
You get all the
That's like-
food groups: fish, lard, and
Delicious.
butter.
Oh yeah, it's stinky time.
It's not smelly fish. Halibut's not like the stinkiest fish around if you
We're
cooked up the
eating
cod.
garlic and fish for breakfast.
Hey man, it's the Boilers special.
All
This is-
right,
this is
everyone
literally
roll
the
con
start of the
save.
Colgate advert.
Bread, garlic, fish, and whiskey.
We will have to
Four
roll
food
con
groups.
saves.
Jokingly, I want to see if everyone just succeeds. Like it'll be a
15.
low thing.
If we fail, we
How-
all get our.
How,
How about that?
how dangerous is this man's cooking?
I want to
I
see.
don't know. Let's just say garlic doesn't pass with Mr. Hands, it seems.
Okay, one last one. I just want to see.
Come on, Abby, let's do this shit.
Oh no!
No.
So Abby and Mr. Hands, you all enjoy it thoroughly, but after a while, it's like there's not much to drink, so you kind of have a little bit of stink to your breath. Persuasion checks have -1 for a bit, just for an hour, just for fun.
I lean over to I lean over to Mr. Hands and go. I think potentially I might stick to the coffee and cigarettes going forward.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a solid plan, partner. We can have our breakfasts together then.
You know, coffee is
Sounds
supposed to be
good.
coming cheaper too soon. We found a nice area in the Gurney Islands to harvest some.
Gurney, we're actually looking for someone who's looking to go down to Gurney. You haven't seen any lizard folks that looks like are accomplished in the chef, do you?
Oh, sadly, I still haven't seen any today. They're a bit rarer up here, but there's still a few around. And
No,
those-
see, we'll find them one day.
yes.
Knowing him, he can defend himself pretty well, considering he fought owlbears with nothing but probably a hand axe and his bare fist.
You all are so rugged up there. I love it. Anyway, it should be about time. I will see you all later. I hope you have a good day. You see a cart pull up out front, and a few people just knock on the door. It's ready, sir. It's like, oh, thank you very much. Have a nice day, you gentlemen.
Mr. Hands gives a salute to the departing Francis.
Well, let's get the hang loose sign for him.
All right.
And away we go.
All right, I'm gonna have a quick chat with Abby. I'm just gonna simply ask, so, in your morning routine, you didn't happen to learn anything interesting, did you?
I learned that there is a kind of switch between mining and wood chopping here, and that they seem to have a designated bitch every, couple of weeks or so. Whoever's made the most recent blunder seems to be stacked with the grunt work, which seems like an excellent system to make everyone hate each other.
You didn't happen to find out who owns this operation, do you?
I'm afraid I did not. I, if anything, spoke to the person who's probably furthest away from that. So I can very
That's
much
fine.
tell you who does not own this operation.
I'm just thinking whoever has a hand in this surely must have a hand in some type of gold or other type of finances to keep it so severely up and with the time scheduled. I was thinking maybe we could do some investigation, but I think we now have a job to do as he kind of beckons over to the resources on the cart. So maybe we'll come back to this some other day, eh?
Very true, very true. But I think we need to. Was a new associate we might be working with. I think, as you mentioned yourself, Mr. Hans, negotiations may be in order to see, what's in it for us. We at this stage, we are esteemed adventurers with victories under our belt. We're not some run-of-the-mill sellswords. We have to have made sure our time is, worthwhile.
I completely agree with you for once, Abby. I think it's time our Renaissance skills, as our new friend just referred to them as, is deserving of some pay of some sort. So let's regroup and see if we can get this job underway.
Agreed. Let's locate our reptilian friends and then take our best foot forward.
I'll smoke to that. You want a cigarette?
Always.
Let's go. As Mr. Hands rolls up too. He's on his third for the day already. I don't even know if it's even 10 o'clock in the morning, but let's fucking go.
It's not. You're
No.
smoking very much. You're becoming
It's
a
like
chain
it's
smoking
12 o'clock
monkey.
somewhere in this goddamn world.
Freaking chain smoking
how
monkey.
good is this? How good is this roll lead that Abby gets handed? Like how well rolled is it?
Monkey
I
is
roll-
dexterous.
Because if I remember from Abby from Mr. Hans's intro, he wasn't the best at rolling them.
No, man. I just have a pipe.
Roll
I
for
haven't broken
roll.
it out yet. I can roll a dexterity check to see how good this one is.
Yeah,
Sleight
sure.
of hands, A or
I mean,
D.
I don't mind. I was just
I
saying, is, are we got
Oh no.
have we got like a trumpet going on right now?
Yeah. There might be a little too much tobacco in there. Like it's starting to spill out a bit.
That's fine by me. Abby graciously accepts the cigarette.
Sorry, that's my fault.
Oh,
My headset came unplugged. Apologies.
that's okay. I believe we can all still hear
No,
it.
Abby graciously accepts.
Cool. All right. So,
Yeah, Borla decides to clean up supplies that he has, and also steals that pickle jar while he's at it. Hey man, you gotta get those damn pickles. You gotta get that
time
snack.
for your pickle.
Like,
Gotta get your pickles. Sorry,
hold on a
should I
moment.
ever
Let's
see?
just roll real quick. Yeah, there's like one big one left, but it's like those big like gherkin pickles.
Oh, I can make something with this later if I want to, or I can just have it myself. Either way, jar is jar. I'll take the jar either way.
Yeah, there's not a whole bunch of brine in there. It's like a quarter fill of it too.
Well, still, he's gonna use that jar for some purpose one day.
Yeah, Borla is just hoarding all the jars.
I need those jars, man. I'm gonna be an alchemist.
Anyway,
Oh yeah.
so I'd assume you take it on your road again.
If
Yep.
I take that, and I'm not gonna even try to make my booze yet because we're just about to cut the road.
Yeah.
Is Gix gonna preach to the miners here?
You know what? Sure.
Okay, roll religion.
Remember, just don't call it a cult, Gix.
Yep. I'll
Sales.
remember.
Colt.
You gotta have
It's-
a salesman's mindset.
It's a small
Religious
religious
order.
organization. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I before Gix goes to pitch this? Wait. Before Gix goes to pitches, can Abby give him some like negotiation advice in terms of like, so you want to approach like this. You want to. I've had to convince many people of many things in my lifetime, and half the things weren't true, unlike your very real religion here. So allow me to give you some pointers before you go and pitch this to them.
Remember,
Yeah.
you have lower charisma rolls for the next hour, so you get a -1 to the roll. So go ahead.
Oh, so what am I rolling here to help Gix?
Okay, you're going to give him advice?
Yeah, I'm giving him some sage advice to help him with his convincing of the people.
Maybe persuasion versus insight.
Persuasion versus insight, yeah. -1 for Abby, and
Okay, and this is with -1
yeah,
because
Gix.
I smell like fish and garlic.
Yeah, fish and garlic. Oh dear.
Rolling to
Oh!
help me. Oh.
Even with the -1, that doesn't help. It's like, he seems a bit convincing at first, but then you realize he said very real, and then it's like, that's kind of insulting because Bananicus has helped you so much lately. That, like,
He's literally right there.
yeah, Bananicus is just right near you, and he's just like, you could tell.
I am fully convinced of the righteousness of Bananicus.
Religion is just a cult of real estate.
It's free real estate.
It's free if nobody just finds out.
Yes. Thank you for your help, but I think I've got this.
Abby kind of raises an eyebrow, knowing full well that regardless of what Gix thought of his sales pitch, Abby knows what he's talking about when it comes to convincing people, and so far Gix
absolutely,
has
but
nearly
Gix
got in
just
trouble
doesn't-
for starting a cult.
I love
so
how
he's looking forward to
Gix-
seeing how this goes.
I love how Gix is just the best one at realizing people's bullcrap right now.
Yep.
Like, especially
This
Abby.
wasn't even bullcrap. Gix just believes his own hype.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hype.
All right. It's taken away, my friend.
Roll 1d6 real quick, Gix.
Alrighty.
Just a plain d6.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see, like, a few people taking interest. Like, there's a old grandpa just kind of sitting in a rocking chair just nearby. Like, you see him just nodding along, just looking at you. And then a couple other people who are just kind of going about their day and cleaning outside are paying a bit of attention, but not a whole lot right now. And the only one really taking note is, like, the grandpa. He's just like, Like, he's just nodding
Yes,
along.
start a fire. Yes.
Yes, burning down
Smoking weed,
houses.
that's good, yes. Burning
Arson.
down the evil houses. Arson.
Awesome.
And healing.
Arson's good for us. It makes my bones feel
Aye.
perfect.
Arson? More like our fun.
Our son, my son. Like the other people go back inside and he's still kind of just rocking along. Just enjoying.
Just half hearing everything.
Half hearing everything. You feel a kind of, like, little twinge after a moment from Bananicus, but not much else of note. Anywho.
Any new believers, Gigs?
An old man.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
You don't
Once
know.
he passes to the other side, he can meet the spirit of Bananicus in person.
Once he passes to the other side, he can become a glorious banana tree.
Yes. You know what? I should add that to the holy,
Oh my god!
writings.
Become
hands
banana
go.
tree in the
Banana
afterlife.
Full pat on
Banana
Gix's head. Alright.
Afterlife is just you. You are a palm tree on some ethereal fucking beach, and you just sit there forever. as a
I mean,
tree.
some people would love that. Just become giant palm tree and only subsist on water and sunlight. And just
True.
enjoy. Anywho. So, I'm just gonna...
Question real quick. What's our relation in terms of distance and how far we have to go to the Great Cascade? Have we made it like a quarter of the way? Is this like the
Okay.
halfway point?
Let me just zoom on the map real quick. You started
Yeah.
right around here, but because of the quote-unquote speed, the Great Cascade is right here for
Got it.
Yolen's Last Stand.
There. Okay.
And
Yep.
you all are right around here, so you're about halfway. And
Alright.
given there's no shortcut you can take, it'll probably take most of the day to get there. Like, you'll probably be there about late in the evening or when it's starting to become night.
Alright, well, I'll leave it to the group to decide when they would like to leave. But Mr. Hands is ready to roll if there's no other type of fun we could have at the mining shacks.
Yeah, Borlis
Unless-
is not gonna try to do his 3-hour cooking yet, so he's just gonna just like think, whenever we're ready to come, I'll make some more of this stuff later.
Okay.
Who's gonna drive? Since we don't have.
Oh, right. Who's driving?
with Francis. Should we all roll animal handling and see who has the highest one?
Animal handling first, and then we'll see how well you drive. So.
Alright.
There's 2 horses outside. Oh my gosh, you all suck. Like, all the animals.
Hold on,
God.
where's Abby? Where's Abby?
Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
The prince gets to drive.
He's the
What
Disney
Hold on,
princess.
someone mentioned Bananicus. Where's Bananicus?
Like,
I'm like watching you guys
yes,
like futz around with all the horses, and I just walk up and I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
the horses
Have you
nod
never-
and just
have
go.
you never- Look, have you never driven a vehicle before?
Riven,
Uh,
yes. Stopped it completely without any harm.
The only thing Gix has rode on was the one ferry and just a bunch of random, like, canoes and everything for smaller ships. Like, outriggers and stuff.
Probably Borlis and his cousin and like group hijack. Pretty much, that's probably what he drove.
I think Mr. Haynes would. Yeah, I rolled insight to see if he would remember anything, but with an 11, I feel like Mr. Haynes would have driven smaller versions of this cart before around Blackright. I don't know what the traffic is like around there, but
What about tricycles?
nothing, nothing too fancy.
I mean, they do have like jolly horses and stuff, the sort of like primitive bikes, but even then, it's like you've not rode much either. Like the best thing you could probably remember is just every so often you'd get to move around a cart, but even then you're keeping watch and making sure no one messes with the cargo.
Got it, got it. Okay, all right, Abby, take
Okay.
the reins.
Abby immediately
Look,
just this horse is like you.
well, I know how to. I'm a good driver. What can I say? Right, let's get going. And Abby would just take a little casual flick of the reins, or starts going.
What would that be? Vehicle check.
It'll probably be. Well, it would be animal handling usually to get the horses going.
Let me just double check. Okay, so it's just a normal tool check, so I'm just going to assume you just use wisdom again just to roll. And since you don't have proficiency, it's just normal roll plus whiz.
It's just straight wisdom.
Wait, straight wisdom, yeah. Oh,
Oh.
nat 20.
Double click. I got a nat 20.
Yeah. So yeah, immediately since you calm down the horses, they're pretty fond of you and just sitting in the driver's seat. You haven't driven one of these, but certainly it's no different from some other things. And after watching Francois on the previous one, you know not to do the sudden shortcut thing. Like these are different horses, so they wouldn't be used to it normally. And you are on the road.
No shortcut.
No shortcut. It's just straight path right now. And music.
Goddamn rhythm
Yeehaw.
bot or Groovy doesn't like us right now.
Oh, it doesn't?
I don't know.
No, it's still there. I just gotta get the thing.
Did you even hit play yet?
No, I'm trying to find the song I wanted to use.
In the meantime, we gotta find a classic voice.
Is it the pie song?
Gas, gas, gas.
No.
Oh no, the pie song.
Ah.
Sorry, motorcycles are going by. Anywho.
Run.
Oh, it's tough to be the Rock.
Oh yes.
Oh, no, Groovy
No,
is
it's really tough to be the Rock.
Groovy is indeed broken.
Yeah, Groovy doesn't exist anymore.
Huh. Well, it's still on the...
Yeah, Groovy got discontinued.
Wait, seriously?
What? Why?
Ruby
Yeah,
has
Groovy
ended
doesn't
his
exist
service.
anymore.
Learn more here.
Ah.
I'm gonna find rhythm bot in the meantime.
Basically, they got dunked on by fucking music companies for quote illegally streaming their music.
Well, fuck them.
Oh, is that why it's listening to Goodbye?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
add rhythm
so
bot in the meantime.
Rhythm Bot is the best one, but Groovy is now dead forever.
That sucks. Oh well. Well, I didn't have music anyway for any combat, so yay. Just in case that ever comes up. Anywho.
In the meantime, I'm gonna try to get rhythm bot as I find that.
Yeah, so you can do that. How
Yeah.
going already? We all good to keep going, or do you need any breaks or whatever to restock and...
I could go for a quick bathroom break. I
Okay.
can be back in like 2
Okay.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
some fresh water also.
I'm gonna grab a snack.
Okay, we're going for a quick break, and in the meantime, I'm
Epic.
gonna mute the mic and go to the restroom.
Right, chat. Now that she's gone. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
I return.
I've returned. I'm just trying to see if I add another box. I gotta figure out how to do this.
Excuse me while I test some. Hold on a moment. Okay. Okay, I got music. I got music for when it's ready.
All right. And I'm just adding the thing to. Thing. Hold on. Perfect. I'm human. Shut the hell up about this stuff.
I'm not.
No, I'm telling Rhythm about this. Shut up. I was in here.
Okay. What's the command? Just the same dash as usual?
Maybe I'm gonna get rid of Groupie while we're at it.
Let's just do the use. No? No.
Check
Oh,
out
it's
Rhythm
the
Box.
exclamation point. There we go.
All right, monkeys.
Oh,
back.
Jesus loud. Oh, Jesus
That
loud.
was loud. You turn this down. Holy
How do I loop it?
It's
Do I just loop
gamer
it?
time.
Sorry about that, everyone.
No,
You should play. I think the traveling music should be my slam my penis in the car door.
No! I'm trying not to get, like, destroyed, if anything.
Look, Daffy Duck.
Put it on loop.
Use the car door. I think it's gonna help out.
I found a version. It's 1 hour full loop of it.
All right, first boss fight. That's what we gotta listen to.
I mean,
But slam my
maybe?
penis in the car door.
That's how we're gonna defeat the final boss. We're gonna car door. We're gonna slam it into his dick.
But what if it's not a boy?
We will
slam
make.
her
We'll make it.
ovaries
we'll
in a
make it
car
happen.
door.
I
Make it work
slammed
for
their
now.
coochie.
Well, I
in
mean,
the
we
car
need
No!
we need ballers to make
Slammed
to invent the
coochie
car
in
first
door.
and then make a car door.
I'm just imagining you all, like, making a giant carve to fight the Tarrasque.
Ballies, where's the engine? We need it.
Like,
need to
multi-track
slam it.
drifting through the town streets, and then you just go underneath the Tarrasque and you just hear this giant slam.
Automatic nat 20, full damage, it dies.
Alright, roll 5d100s for damage. Oh, you crit,
You got it,
okay.
Steve, coming up.
They all land
10d100s.
on one.
Oh my gosh, they all land on one.
We'll just like create a free bird.
Wait, did you actually? Oh, that's still a lot of damage.
500. Let's go.
It's a crit.
255.
Roll 5 more.
Okay, there's 5 more. You did you did over 600 damage. You only 700. My gosh. Anyway. Alrighty. So you're on the road again, and as you are going down, hold on. I'm actually going to. I'd bring up the normal map, but I need to upload it. Oh well. Anywho.
Oof.
No.
You need to do the words. Yes, need to do that.
It's the Faust wheelchair attack from Guilty Gear, but with a car. Oh my gosh, it's so horrible. Okay,
Right in the shins.
we're all going to continue.
We're ready to tackle this cart to somebody's shins. Let's go.
Anywho,
Jupiter Thunderclap's going to appear and throw the car.
Jupiter's cock clap.
He's gonna slam that car.
I still
This is
believe he has a
final move.
cousin, Jupiter Thundercock, or something stupid like that for his cousin.
We should have a cousin one-shot featuring Rodney Brewster, Thundercock, and Boilers' cousins.
Which one? He has 2.
Both.
Both.
Oh, this
You
is
complete
that'd be
the
fun.
party.
Anoli and Iggy, oh my gosh. That'd be so stupid, but I want to see it now.
The cousin body. No. Instead of Rodney Brewster, it's actually Bananicus' cousin. It's a pineapple.
Yes.
All right, on the road again.
Okay.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
So,
On the road.
you're all going by. About an hour passes and you're steadily going down the way. You see a small path heading towards into a sort of sealed off area with mountains everywhere that's pointed to Emolk Valley. But on the right hand side of the road, you see a large cluster of beautiful small flowers. They're like sort of orangish and a couple white ones here and there. They're different flowers, but in the middle there's a large prominent blue one in the middle. Just very, very big. And you're all just kind of going by. I don't know if you want to stop or not, but it's your choice.
How big?
Abby's
does
going
the
to try
flower
and
look?
lean off the horse and pick it.
The blue flower is not like big enough. Not close enough. It's like in the grass a bit. But all these flowers are just kind of over around the place. There's white ones and orangey looking ones. Sort of brassy.
Is it like a bigger than like the regular ones, or is it like bigger
It's-
than a card big?
The blue flower is like big as someone's head.
Mm.
And it's very rounded with only 4 puffs. Like they're not like one of those like trumpet like petals. They're just petals that are normal.
Did you want to see that weird blue flower in the middle of all the orange and yellows?
Let me roll. Let me roll perception.
It's just passive perception, you can.
Oh,
What big old blue flower? I don't know what it can do, but I don't know.
Do I know what kind of flower it is?
Yeah.
do you want to go
Next
pick
check.
it, Polish? Put it in your behind your ear?
Might be useful for something. It seems kind of special. I don't know.
You stop the cart?
Yeah.
Okay, you stop the cart and go out.
Stop.
But any
Can't
idea
be.
what that flower is?
Okay.
With a 19 in
better.
nature.
That-
Let's all check.
Are you looking at just the blue flowers or just all of them in general?
The blue
Just the
flower, the
one.
one that
Okay.
like sticks out the most.
So, all of you realize it's like, wait a moment, that thing's not very good. Like, Gix and Borlas, you both realize it's like, hey, wait a moment, these things are good for magic. Wait, why are they good for magic? And then you realize a moment, it's like, wait, that's a different subspecies of mandrake.
Oh, I don't like
Oh.
Drake.
It's
You want to know what a mandrake is?
You do, because Nerfle is populated with quite a big amount of them. Gix has seen the flowers mostly and a couple chunks of the root, and the root sometimes looks like a person's face, but you do know it's good for some healing stuff like anti-venom and antitoxins and stuff like that.
We
Look,
should
I have a herbalism kit.
we should probably not pick that. You know what a mandrake is?
Yes. and
He's
they're
a
good for healing.
certified boy lover, isn't he?
For fuck's sake.
Okay. So what is your plan?
They from what I can tell, they scream when you pick them up. If I'm recalling correctly.
And then you kill them.
Well, surely the simple answer is just to scream back at them. Assert
Right.
dominance.
By all
Great
means,
idea.
you can
Let's
try,
try
but
that.
your ears
No,
probably
no.
never
I
bleed.
think this is a perfect opportunity for you to demonstrate.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do you want to do that?
I mean, I can probably do what I usually do with these things, which I would assume is like just picking and to stab it.
Okay.
Abby's going to plug his
With a
ears.
step.
You're gonna go ahead and do that?
Well, first he's gonna try to maybe use some of the supplies he has, and or like kind of like keep his ears like muffled with the hat. He's gonna like try to prepare for the scream.
Okay.
Abby's got plugged his ears already.
Okay. Is anyone else gonna do anything, or are they just gonna plug in their ears with Abby and let Borlas do all the hard work?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug my
Oh.
ears.
Gix is gonna join in.
Gix is gonna join in? Okay. So, what's the plan of attack?
To basically pluck
Pull
it
out
and
stab it.
pluck and stab.
Pluck and stab?
Get the dagger ready.
Okay. Roll strength check real quick, both of you, if you'd like.
Oh, hell yeah.
5.
The strong boy,
16.
tiny lizard man.
Yikes, with a good pull, you kind of move it out, but suddenly instead of screaming, this thing starts shaking. Roll a con save.
Okay. Save.
23.
12. Oh no. So, Borlis, you're completely okay. Meanwhile, Gix, though, you feel very queasy. Like, this thing was shaking you right to your core, and your stomach feels like it was churned a whole bunch. On closer expansion, this isn't your normal mandrake. There's no mouth. It's just shaking and just glaring at you all. You take 4 points of thunder damage, as you're shaken very much. And
As
you are now
Borlis-
sickened.
As Boris is basically in mid-stab at thee.
Roll the hit and then damage if you do it.
18.
18 hits. Roll.
5 piercing. As he goes right below where the stem hits.
Okay, yeah. It's a little bit smaller than usual ones, and you just see it like wince and then it just stops shaking.
As he does that, he kind of like moves the knife so that way he pulls the rest of it out with the knife.
Yeah. So you now
You just-
have a bellyache mandrake.
You
Yes,
just
that's
killed
easy.
a plant child.
No, these things, they're kind of a nuisance and they're not really native around this area.
Yeah.
It looks like a
That's an
child,
invasive
though.
species.
Do you know?
Come on,
do,
Abby.
You look like a child.
do you
I
know what
thought
an,
you were a killer.
do you know what an invasive species is?
Yes, I am, but I also find it quite funny to make people feel bad about things, so...
True, but,
Joke's on you. I
True,
don't
but
feel
we have
bad
a-
about killing.
true, but these things are more of a nuisance. So I don't give two shits about them.
Ah, they definitely give two shits about someone else. Hey, Gix, roll another con save real quick.
That's still a lie.
Like, he's still sickened. Like, this thing was like churning his
Oh,
stomach.
yeah, fuck.
Okay. Yeah, you take one moment to just try to recollect yourself as you're walking back, like holding this thing, and your stomach just feels like you're getting a load of acid come up. You're gonna puke.
Oh no.
And you take another 3 points as you expel some of breakfast. You feel a bit
Ow.
better. And you don't feel much sickness anymore now that you puked. But hey, you have something to get rid of poisons good now. As long as you refine it proper.
I have 4 HP left.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a good berry. Or 7.
Good banana.
Good banana, yes.
Wood banana.
So you just see Gix like slowly creating a very, very small little mini palm tree on the ground in front of you. And a small bunch of 10 bananas sort of sprout out from it.
Now, is
like,
it 10 or do you
very
need to
tiny
roll?
It's just a flat 10. every
Okay.
time.
Just making sure because I don't use good very often.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nice one. Anyway, I'm gonna nom 7 of them to heal back up.
Anyway, you
Go
now
for
have
it.
one bellyache mandrake.
Ye-
If you want to study it as you go around, you can roll medicine real quick.
Sure, I'll roll
Time
best
to
in
study.
Okay.
hand.
Orliz, all you can recall is most of the good stuff is in the roots. Like, for what you want to sort of, like, squish out in a mortar and pestle after you let it dry. But you don't recall much out. Gix, you kind of look at the flower one moment and just sniff it and it just smells putrid.
We'll keep it around for now. Maybe we get somebody who could actually know how to do this thing. As he just stuffs he actually just tosses the mandrake into the cart.
It just looks like you have a dead body of a plant.
Pretty much. Like, so we toss it with the supplies. Like, I don't want this in my bag.
Okay,
And-
got the last time. Let's see what's that. Ah, okay.
Purple, isn't
wait,
it?
sorry.
Are you trying to harvest it?
Yeah,
Okay.
turn it into medicine.
I mean, it's up to you. I just literally toss it into the cart, so it's fair game for whoever wants it.
I'm gonna get it, turn it into medicine.
You're gonna do medicine. So you get
Yeah.
one flower, of course, because it was just only one flower. And for root cuttings, you get 8 even pieces for like distributing stuff. Like you can put them in bottles and stuff.
Ooh.
Yes, you have 8 bellyache mandrake roots and 1 flower. No leaves of note, it's just flower.
Okay.
Besides whatever happened there, I'd say it was a good little find.
Mm.
Yep.
Anywho, you press
Well, I'm
onwards.
glad you guys got to, dabble in your love for floristry.
Floristry.
But I believe duty
Floristry.
calls.
Okay.
You said beauty.
He just said duty.
You move onwards, there's not
That-
much
that I
of
did.
note to the Great Cascade. Like, you see less and less population. Like, every so often you'll see the occasional farming village and whatever else, but there's not much of note other than people hard at work or starting to head inside. And eventually, as nightfall comes, you reach the Great Cascade, and I can switch out the music. If my mouse would like to agree with me for more than 10 seconds.
No.
Wait, it doesn't play for 5 minutes? What the heck, Rhythm?
What in the world?
Anywho, that's dumb.
That's a strange.
Let
I'll
me
figure out this
try
plot
something.
later.
Okay, so let me just. Okay, so I have to
There
kick
we
it
go.
out in order to make it go. Okay,
I guess so.
that's so dumb, but if it works, it works.
I recognize this.
You do, but it's remixed, so I can use it.
What's it from?
Pokemon. It's Eterna City.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm in Pearl.
Yeah. Anyway. No, this is not mine. This is Zame's. Zame makes the best remixes for Pokemon. Anywho, like you're in a sort of transition zone, going from beautiful plains to marsh everywhere, and
The
every so-
Half-Life 1 loading zone in.
Hmm?
The Half-Life 1 loading zone in.
You come in through the only path you can see nearby, and stupid plane going by. I don't know if anyone can hear that, but anyway.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You come across, and as you're starting to go in deeper, you see a lot more like mangrove and sort of woody trees kind of sprouting out of the bog everywhere. And you see a couple fireflies dancing about until you come to this village. It's just platforms on top of the water with piers everywhere, houses on stilts that look like they're made of like decayed old wood with mosquito nets everywhere. And you primarily see all sorts of lizard folk, merfolk, and the occasional drow even everywhere. And they're all staring at you as you come by.
As Boris is squatting on one of the boxes.
Like you're just squatting on one of the boxes.
Yeah, I'm just on top of the highest point.
For laughs, roll intimidation.
Casual intimidation.
Casual intimidation.
Casual 12.
A few people just like open their eyes like it's like what the heck is this guy doing? And on the top you see like on sort of like a elevated watchtower area, you see a couple lizard folks staring down with guns like, "You folks, what you doing here?"
We're just making a delivery. Looking to make our way to the last stand. I think it's through this way.
You're
We
here.
mean no. Yes, we're here. We mean no aggression. No harm.
Abby tilts his hat and goes, "I appreciate your candor, gentlemen, and you're very clearly taking your duties very seriously, but as you can see, we are merely a merchant travelers here to make a delivery on behalf of a client of ours. So if you'd be so kind as to let us through, we would greatly appreciate that, and then we'll be out of your scales before you know it."
Right. Oh dear, is my mic? Nope, my mic's head.
Do Gex
Right.
and I find that offensive when you have your scales?
Yeah.
Well, it's the equivalent of out of your hair. You don't have hair.
Yeah. Well, Borl is his hair.
Wait,
Technically-
Borlis' hair? I thought that was part of his hat.
No,
Technically
Borl is his
frills.
hair.
I thought that was frills we agreed on.
Oh, they're frills. He technically has hair. Anyway,
Well, I was just saying it as an equivalent. Well, fuck, get out of your frills then. I don't know.
it's like, so long as you ain't with the gang, we're good. Ugh.
Believe me, sir, we are with
That's
no
gang.
gang.
You ain't a gang? Good.
The only gang we are a part of is venture capitalism. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
No.
No.
Eh.
I
Anyway,
look over to Gix and say, Gix, please let me do the talking, please.
who are you giving the shipment to? Where's it going?
What was the name of the guy again?
Jimmy.
It's a dear friend of our compatriot Jimmy.
Oh, you mean Hunter, dude. Yeah. You just go up the road on the right. He's by the bar.
Much appreciated, gentlemen.
Anyway, you go on in.
Nosy on over to the bar.
Alright. So, you notice that for a lot of these houses, there's not, like, stairs. They're just ramps upwards instead of the usual thing. You can probably assume that they can pick up the sort of ramps and just put them up so that no one can get in at night. And you can mosey on your way, I'm just gonna say it like that, to the beautiful firefly-lit village. And you can now see why it's called the Green Light Grog House, because while everywhere else had like the yellow and like the sort of bright blue fireflies, the green ones right here are very, very prominent. And you see a small connected bit to it. Seems like its own hut, and it just says Jimmy's on it.
Jimmy John's.
Just Jimmy's.
Me firecracker.
Yep, Jimmy's Cleaners.
Me foreskin.
No, not Jimmy Foreskin. You make your way up because there's not many people up there. Like, you see a couple people just tip their hats down and just kind of lost in the sauce right now as they go in.
We head on over there.
Head on up.
Alright.
The horses seem a little wary as they're going upwards, but you make your way up. There's a short path, but it's big enough for them. Probably because they had shipments before. And as you go up, there's a little old rusty bell that says Ring for Service, F-E-R.
Well, Abby, you want to do the honors here?
Gix has already started ringing.
Gix is
Never
really...
had.
Just playing those.
Alright then, let's do this. Oh, Abby cracks his neck, loosens his joints. Me. Okay, right. Negotiations beginning.
I'll have two number 4s.
As you come out,
Large, a number 6 with extra dip.
as you see this, like, the door open in the back, but you don't see until he comes up that this little caiman-looking lizard folk comes up. He's very scrawny and short, and he's just wielding an assortment of knives, like on a utility belt, and he's wearing a big brown vest. What? What is it? What is it? What you people need? I haven't seen you around here. Who are you?
Yes, we are new in town. We're here on a delivery from, I believe, a colleague and a friend of yours. We're running an errand for him. We made close acquaintance with him over the last few days, and after safely delivering him to his desired location, he asked us to continue the favor and brought us into your acquaintance where we are now.
Him. Who's him?
Francois.
The meat! He immediately jumps on the counter, stares at the horses, and just takes them off the reins, and just runs on back. And you see his pupils go thin.
I hope you're referring to the delivery as the meat and not the horses. We need those.
He said those are his. And he goes, if you'll excuse me. The horses seem a little slow to move as he takes them back, and you hear him thrash about in a couple whinnies, and he comes back up in under a minute, covered in blood. Ha! The iron, right, the iron. You can just leave that. I'll deal with the horses later. Oh, ex-horses.
Did you just... You know what? I won't ask any questions.
Horse is the best meat. Jimmy knows best.
I'm sure Jimmy does. Jimmy seems like a very well-adjusted gentleman, I'm sure. So,
Yes, I am.
question, in regards to this delivery, we were told to expect some form of payment for our services.
Right. You all need hunting stuff?
Preferably, I actually have a deathly allergy to horse meat, I'm afraid, so preferably something outside of that spectrum.
Oh no, that's Jimmy's. That belongs to me.
Abby's gonna lean over to Mr. Hand and go, I rather like that horse.
Some great negotiation here, buddy. Keep it up. Maybe we'll get a bullish skinned necks at this rate.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
Rose
so,
isn't even here that he just squats and just watches all this stuff. He's unfazed by this stuff, considering the bullshit he probably has to deal with up there. Like this is like natural for him.
Yeah, would Boilers agree or disagree with the horse meat statement, or does he not feel any way about that?
Can I roll history to know anything about if like we did horse meat or not?
Roll history.
Abby doesn't oppose to eating the horse meat. He just liked that horse.
Yeah, you haven't heard of anyone eating horse meat up in Nerful from what you remember, but even then you were just in that one village most of the time.
I haven't seen anyone to eat horse up where I'm from, but if people say it's good, I'm more than down to try it.
Yes, but it's my meat.
If you're offering, but I'm not asking.
No. Anyway, I have goods. You get discounts for giving me the meat and the metal.
Depends on the goods you're selling.
Yes. So tell me what seems to be on offer here.
All right. He pulls up a sort of clipboard-like thing. This was from Francis, and he said to give this to you. And it's all the stuff I sell. And I'm just gonna post this in the chat so people know. Just for fun. Anyway, we do discounts here. If you bring me goodies like hunting animals, I will give you any cleaning. Just 1 silver. Could be as big as the biggest thing in this swamp, or as little as the tiniest rat. I will clean it. I will do all good stuff. If you need me to tell what's what, I can do that too. I like plants, I like animals, I like everything. Jimmy likes goods. We also have traps, we've got guns, we've got ammo, we've got all you need for hunting.
So I just have to, clarify some things with you here, Jimmy.
Yes.
First of all, based on the goods that were provided today, what kind of discounts will we be seeing based on those alone?
You brought me meat, you brought me ore. Meat gives you, what is it? And he takes out like a thing of like slate and chalk and just like, you do this and do this. I think, yes. Jimmy thinks for the cheaper stuff, half off. Like if you need arrows or new thingies, you could do that. Traps. Okay. I can do 1 silver off each. If you need a gun, I would. I have a lot of these lately. He holds up a pistol with a very long barrel. Got a lot of these. These have not been selling well, mostly because people want to protect their homes, and they want the big guns for that. This is good for hunting small game, or for picking off people real close, or kind of far. Swamp rat gun. It looks like a little flintlock with a very long muzzle. I could do 50 gold off this.
I'll take it.
150
So,
gold.
wait,
Oh,
Mr. Hans,
150
Mr. Hans,
maybe.
hold your proverbial horses. We don't allow not
More
too
horses?
close
More
to this
horses?
gentleman.
There more?
No. It was a figure of speech, my friend. I just wanted to clarify. So, very generous discounts. I very much appreciate those. You're a bit clearly a very shrewd businessman, and a somewhat of a gourmand as well, from what I've gathered here.
Yes.
However, when we originally took up this job offer not from yourself, admittedly from Francois, we were under the impression that we were doing this for some form of payment, not necessarily, discounts on your end, which, yet again, very, very, very generous. But have we been misinformed here somewhere along the lines, do you believe?
How about instead of money, I give good information? Very, very good. More valuable than money. Okay. Come here.
Information more valuable than money.
Come here.
Okay, Kicks huddles in. What is it?
Okay, so were you kind of interrogated a bit before you came in here?
No?
The people
Yes,
didn't.
we were.
People at the gate didn't say. Okay, good.
Nah,
So-
barely.
We've been having a lot of issues with burrow busters.
Okay.
Lot of
You
issues.
don't say.
Yeah. Most of
I
the
heard
people.
about those.
Most of the people here, eggs eaten, kids taken, and in the other, like villages nearby. So, if you wanna sort of rough up some people inside a little bit, not like punch them or anything, like tell them that you're good to kill them, the burrow busters get a lot more. Like they might give you some good stuff, but I think
Well,
you might need a little something. See,
That's so.
are you asking us to scare them off, or are you asking us to off them off? Then you can have those at the meat.
No. See, I don't want to eat the burrow busters. I like animals. They are not animals. Mammals. You know, milk. Hold on, I gotta go real quick. Be right back. Sorry. Interruptions.
Louis, I gotta take a bathroom break as well. So
Nice.
Whoop.
My
Chat,
man
what is your
missing
thoughts on
today.
horse meat?
But
But
no,
yes.
I was. Abby is a bit perturbed right now because he was very much under the impression that we were getting paid for this, not sent to a man who will give us discounts.
I mean, he'd give us information and say, hey, go fuck with those guys, you'll get some better rewards.
Yeah, but that's just that he's in exchange for doing our job. We got given another job.
Yeah.
Mm,
I feel like
Didn't even
we're being
get-
maybe
side
try to
quested.
persuade to get some form of payment as well.
We'll figure it out. We'll
When we
figure
get
it
back
out.
on that.
Well, figure
We just
it
need
out.
to kill the ball busters or whatever they're called.
There's just ball busters. There could be a nickname now instead of calling the barrel buster, who's called the ball buster.
The barrel boy ball busters.
Barreling ball busters.
The barrel boy big bang ball busters.
The big ball busters.
Big boy big balls.
All big of ballness.
All cock no balls.
All torture, no cock and balls.
A sad situation to be in.
It's like cock and ball torture, but without the cock and balls.
A sad existence. Question: how much has everyone had to drink?
I've been just drinking water.
Oh,
I'm thirsty.
undiluted
man.
water.
I just thirst.
Yeah. I've had a beer and some vodka mixed with some other stuff.
Over eating something so that way you don't get the
Oh yeah, I've
stomach
also been eating
explode.
stuff. Don't worry about it.
You need to eat the greasy food to keep you alive.
Da, comrade, I've been eating plenty of greasy food.
No, what are you talking about? I'm just a Canadian now.
Just Canadian, eh?
I'm just borders. I'm just Canadian now.
Canadian boys.
Canadian borders, eh? What you talking about?
What you
Talking about?
about?
What you talking
Talking
about?
about?
I'm
Canadian
just having a
boys.
look through the weapons on offer here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about the most
There was
inopportune
one shield or
times.
something gigs have taken. No worries.
Hey, we're
I-
asking
I
chat
am
how
go-
horse meat is.
All good?
Anyway, what were you doing?
We're just asking chat about how horse meat.
Horse meat. I would eat horse.
Yeah, chat, anyone want to eat horse meat?
I probably have eaten horse. I got a lasagna from Tesco's once.
Ah! Seriously, there's a dish called shabu shabu, which is dipping meat into boiling hot water to quickly cook it. I would eat that. And it's usually with horse or beef.
Shabu shabu.
Shabu shabu.
Me when shabu
Shabba
shabu.
shabba.
Shabu shabu. Alright, when the monkey comes back, we can do our stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mr. Monkey. He do be pissing though.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Hey,
Let's
Mr.
roll.
Monkey
Alright.
was doing the hard
Pissing,
piss.
though.
Okay. All ready?
what is a swamp rat gun?
It's basically like a flintlock pistol, but with a very big barrel. It's for length. Like,
Oh.
it's just called that because that's what it's usually for.
Think of like, you ever seen like the Joker's gun, basically, where it's like a long ass
Ah,
revolver?
Let me
I'm the
find.
Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Let me find a good
That's
reference.
what I'm thinking as soon as I thought of like the rat thing, the long ass barrel. I just think of that one gun that Joker had that's like a humongous barrel and a revolver.
Basically like those.
Ah.
I see.
Like a normal
So is
flintlock.
Mr. Hands gonna get himself one of those? How would the attacking work on that? Would he have to shoot, reload, shoot, reload?
Let
I would
me
think
give
so,
you the
yeah.
thing. Let me just give you the stats for it real quick. I can spell it right. Okay. It is built primarily for range. Anyway. It is a gun, so given it's a flintlock gun, you will have to reload it, but it's not like a full turn, it's just a standard action. So like if you're hasted, you could just do it than that. Or if you don't move, you can reload it, then shoot.
Okay, so basically you sacrifice your movement to be able to reload and shoot as one action.
Yep.
Lucky supply.
Yes. You can either do that, or you can move, reload, and then do that.
Got it. Alright.
But oh, and because you're fun, if you're gonna get that, I'll give you a bit of gunpowder and some bullets for free. How about that? Sound good?
Well, Mr. Hands, you seem to be eyeing up this what is it?
Swamp rat gun.
blaster.
Swamp rat gun.
Yeah.
Good for muskrats.
Can
like heating them.
you afford such a piece of equipment?
What did you say the discount was? It was 150?
He'd give you 150 for the gold total.
I do not have enough gold for that.
How much
sadly.
do you have?
I think I have 66 gold pieces, if I've been doing my math correctly.
I have 13.
I have 90.
You have 90
What do you
gold.
say? What do you say? I make up the difference.
That would be your whole balance.
What
It
can I
would-
say? I'm feeling generous.
This isn't a trick, is it?
No. I just want to see what you'll do with a gun.
Oh,
Son,
right.
I really appreciate your generosity. I accept this offer.
Yang, as I'm getting the money ready.
Roll the D100. I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, there's no gold coin. Like, you just pull out a bunch of lint in place of it. It looks like a gold coin for a moment, but then just disappears.
As Abby's getting the money out, and goes to see if he can find the coin, and there's not even like the inkling of one appearing. He just sighs and like quickly snipes like into the ether. Just trust me, I'm going somewhere to this. I'm not just being generous.
Roll perception real quick.
If you'd stop being sulking.
Perception real quick. I need to see it.
Yep. 1 second.
Just think of now that Hellboy comic. Is that a monkey? He has a gun!
You see the bunch of fireflies just look like a finger for a moment, and then they disperse.
Oh, don't be a baby.
Anyway, yeah, you have enough gold from Abby now to buy the gun.
Oh, alright, I'm gonna bring my balance down to 2 gold pieces. Wait, you said you're giving me all 90? Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing my math correctly here. Let's see here. 66 plus 90. Alright, I have 6 gold pieces after this.
Mm.
Alright,
Alright.
cool.
He ducks under the counter for a moment, pops the gun on the counter. It's kind of like the one posted with like a black barrel in the handle, but instead of the silvery bits, it's just all brass, and it has a very, very nice little inscription of what was it? What was the phrase I was looking for? Like it has a little stamp of Jimmy's. Like you see a crude drawing of him with a thumbs up. And
That's amazing.
at the end, you see a little picture of a fireball, like, around the muzzle. And he brings up a sort of like water skin looking thing, gunpowder, and pulls up another bag. Bullets, 20 of them. And
All right.
would you like the holster?
Does it come included?
It does if you want it.
I'll be more than happy to take that off your hands.
Alright, he brings up a holster, nice and long, perfect for the gun.
All right. I'll don that. I'll tuck away. I guess I'll need to know the weight for the gunpowder satchel and the bullets there. But
Okay.
right on. Right on.
Alright. So, anyway, what I was saying earlier, what was I saying earlier? Oh, right. So, everyone inside right now, they're kind of gathering people because the government won't help us with dealing with the Bro-Busters. So, if you want to sort of lighten the mood a bit, Jimmy can help you with some more money later. Because if everyone's going to be told they're going to be buying stuff, Jimmy's going to be giving money later too. So, you see where I'm going? Scratch Jimmy's back, Jimmy scratch yours.
Yeah, it just so happens we specialize in taking care of burrow busters, so this is right up our alley.
How many have you killed? How many tallies?
I should probably roll a history check on this, huh?
It's about the one person we killed, and we injured one leg of one as they ran.
Mr. Hans, from your adventures on your
seems-
own before you met everyone, you remember having to kind of, quote-unquote, take care of a couple yourself.
Let's say it's more than 10. I'll keep it at that.
Okay, good. That's good enough. That's good enough. Okay. So, you have gun, you have everything else. Anyone need anything else?
I'm afraid I'm a bit
Take one of
strapped
those
on
bears.
cash right now.
Snare?
Uh-huh,
Snare?
just-
Snare?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hand back the
just,
remaining 6 gold that I have to Abby.
Okay, snare.
Thank you, partner.
Where is he? He ducks under the
You're
counter
most
again.
welcome, my friend.
Like we said, 1 silver for this, that's your discount. Is that good? You see, he's like
Yeah.
a box with a very long length of string and like a sort of set of rocks that are for setting the trap itself and a crooked stick. Okay, this, you know how to set it up?
Awesome, Hunter.
Okay, good. Don't expect anything big, like beaver, swamp rat, everything else. Good.
Ah, don't worry, I've got this one. It says taking out a hunting trap, like one of those big metal, what are they
traps?
called? Bear traps, that's one.
Ooh, I'm out of those. I'll buy it off you for 1 gold.
No.
Oh,
It's
dang.
mine.
Do you have
Need
any, what is this? As you
use
point,
it
so like looks like a crawdad cage.
Oh, these are for catching the little crabby thingies. Like, you know how lobsters are a thing?
I
The
know some.
rumors.
I have heard of
I
them.
heard. I remember us having probably one or two
I
of
have
those.
heard of them in
catches now.
legends.
Okay, so we have little ones here called crawdads. They're like little ones, and you get a lot of them really quick because they breed so quick. They like to make the babies. So you just plop one of these down in the deep parts, put in some rotting old fish, and they come in swarms.
Ooh. I'll probably take one of these.
Okay,
Probably a good option for the meat there.
1 silver too.
1 silver?
1 silver. I agree that the traps are 1 silver. Right. Unless you have a problem with Jimmy.
I'll take that offer. I'll take the crawdad cage.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think I'm set.
Okay.
I'm all good, thank you, my friend.
Go
And if
inside.
I see any horses, I know who to come to.
Okay. Go inside. Pappy will set you up with the stuff.
All right.
Happy.
Pappy, he runs the bar.
Ooh,
Duly noted.
Okay. For now, Jimmy needs to cure some meat. Oh, you echoed very much.
No, that's my headset came out again.
Alright,
Ah,
should
you're a
we-
huckleberry.
Okay. Jimmy needs to go cure some meat. Thank you.
is it sick?
No. Cure means salt.
If you need to cure it. Ah,
Salt, wood. Very good meat. Jimmy's going to feast.
I see. Ooh,
And he darts
delicious.
back, his tail's kind of slapping about on the door. Like, this is a caiman. He looks like an alligator of sorts, but he's very much not. He's small.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So I guess we'll mosey on in after that transaction.
Okay. And just Okay. You walk in to the Green Light Grog House, and there's a good amount of people there already, a good variety. You see a lot of humans about in one end. It's like a very open floor, sort of like pillars are supporting everything, very open floor. The bar is on one end. There's a couple staircases going up on the outside too, to a balcony area. And inside, everyone just takes a look as you come in through the door. And they're all eyeing you up and sizing you up. If anyone wants to roll perception, you can pick out a couple of notable people for a good roll.
9.
Sorry, are
9.
we just kind of strutting into the bar?
You're all strutting into the bar. 6.
24.
Abby is going to hang back a bit while the others walk in.
Okay. So, Mr. Hands and Gix. Currently, you see an old guy kind of stopping mid-strum with his banjo. He was sitting down, he's a old-looking gator lizard folk, and he looks like the years have been somewhat kind to him. Like, you see a couple scars and indents where he's been stabbed a couple times here and there from beasts biting him and stuff like that, but he's mostly just rocking in his chair. The only sound from the room actually coming from his creaks and the person who you can only assume is Pappy manning the grill. And for Mr. Hands, you actually see a Venera.
Happy on the grill.
I see a what?
A Venera. Monkey.
Oh,
They are
Monkey.
a normal gorilla,
Monkey.
actually.
wait. Is this the same gorilla we heard about before?
You don't know.
That's true. All right, well, I'm gonna go buy my fellow monkey a drink here.
Fellow monkey a drink.
Yep.
Okay.
Mr. Hand sits down and says, "Ooh, my friend."
Actually, does he recognize this?
Monkey speak.
Can we speak ape to each other?
What do you say to him? What do you say to them?
I'm just gonna say, are you local here, or are you far away from home?
He turns around. He's very much a bigger gentleman because he's an ape, and he's wearing sort of a reddish orange cloak, sort of rusty tinged, and he's got one of the local hats on and a sort of vest underneath. He's like, Sir Ralph, I'm looking to come here because down south is the fastest way there.
And we all trying to get home here.
I'm Jace. How are you? And who are you?
I'm Frank. I'm Franklin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. He extends out a hand, and it is a big, beefy hand for a big, beefy boy.
Shake it with your foot. Shake it with your foot.
I want to see what's the. Let me flip a new window here. What would be like the size comparison?
Like, you're an orangutan, right?
Yeah.
So, in comparison, it's like a good half size up. Like, it's
okay.
decently big, but you can tell he's got a stronger grip, likely.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and reach out and shake it normally.
Okay. He's got a fairly strong grip. It's not, like, intimidatingly strong, but probably because you're one of them, he's a nicer dude. He's calmer. And he's just kind of swirling his drink around in a old wooden tankard. So what brings you here?
I'm actually trying to get home as well. What are you drinking tonight?
Whatever swill they give us, it's decent. It's grog of some sort. Pirates usually drink it, but it's like, I'm not too fond of it. The other stuff's a bit too expensive for my tastes.
Is there only grog available?
No, there's some tart red stuff they call wine, but it doesn't smell like any wine I know. And there's beer, but it's like, it's the good stuff for a little bit for the crowd around here.
Well, maybe I can refill your drink and we can share one together.
With what money?
Oh, that's right. I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I retract that statement. I forgot.
It's okay.
Kix will lend you a bit of money then.
No, it's okay.
Or do you just want to not do it? Okay.
Anyway.
It's all right.
What was Gixon? Abby was hanging back. What's Borla's up to?
Abby's
Oh.
outside the bar right now.
Okay.
Borderlands with a perception of 9. Does he see anyone in particular?
Yeah, you're kind of looking towards the bar and you smell like a lot of just very pungent smells that are kind of going through. Like old smells. Like this place has been running for a while. And the man at the bar, actually, let's get his description. Presumably Pappy. He is a very long whiskered catfish merfolk. And he's wearing, in comparison to everyone else, a nice suit jacket. Like the waistcoat and everything else with the dress shirt. No shoes. Claws everywhere. It's like just a normal table with a small bit of wood just to kind of block people's knees from kicking them. But he's wearing a nice suit and he's manning the bar pretty well. Like he's rolling out drinks and cooking a bit right now that there's a lull because of you all.
Alright, well, Borderless is going to stroll on up and have a seat at his table. I see you got some fine cooking establishment here, I see.
Yes, actually.
The
No.
name's Borderless, by the way.
You can call me Pappy.
I actually heard about you probably before we just went to this bar. I believe the name Jimmy mentioned you.
Not many people come here just for us. What you need? Need help going in?
Actually, he mentioned something more about helping everyone else around here about these barrel boys or something. Apparently egg kidnappers, and child stealers, and stuff like that.
Hey, Borlas.
Yeah.
You feel something right behind you, creaking, getting closer. You turn around.
I give it a second before I turn around.
You're met face to face, and this guy's snout was right next to your eyes. And you presume it's the guy that was in the chair for Gix, that was playing with his banjo. And he goes in, breathing heavily. You looking to stop that gang?
Well,
Or at
depends
least kill some of
depends
them.
on what you are trying to encourage.
He pushes his snout up against your nose. Them burrow busters, and snorts with enough energy to make potatoes go bad. Roll a wisdom save, Borlas. He's trying to wisdom save. He's trying to intimidate you.
Nat 20.
Okay. Yeah. Who cares about potatoes going bad? You know how to keep them.
And
No,
what
Blizzard is not
if
intimidated.
and what if we are in particular?
You come to give good news to say you are?
Are you saying you're welcome to stopping this?
We would be.
Then yes. According to Jimmy, we might be some service around here if we were to assist you. Borderless, by the way.
Come on, Rhythm.
It's like very quiet. It's like
I know, I'm trying to get the bot ready. Like, come on, Rhythm. Oh, wait, duh.
It's exclamation point.
Yeah, exclamation point. He takes one look and steps back. Well, why didn't you say so? Alright,
I told Dr. Bobby not to you. Who are you?
I'm Kelvin Gramps Barrelstein. Nice to meet you. He just picks you up and just does a quick 180. Fellas! We got a reason to celebrate now. Come on, Jace, bring up some chairs up to the fire. Get some more room for these people. Pappy, get the good stuff. And... Come on.
Abby's going to kick in the door and stroll in. Use prestidigitation to make his voice incredibly loud and goes,
Yes, Thaumaturgy, the same thing.
"Buy me a drink."
You see the people come in too, and they're rushing in. You see this little, like, piranha merfolk come out with a bottle. Well, after Pappy gives it to him, it has, like, a picture of a vineyard on it, and he immediately pops it out. And it's champagne.
Now we are talking.
And you see him take out from underneath, Pappy takes out some glasses and sets them down, and 4 big ones are poured out for you 4.
Oh, now this is a shot.
Mr. Hands is gonna give a pat on his new gorilla friends here and say, well, it's been nice meeting you, but I must join my friends here as they have made quite the scene without my company.
He just nods and picks up some chairs from around the table and just sets them by the fireplace as they're getting it lit. Anyway, Kelvin, the big gator folk with the banjo, comes by and sits you down, giving you your drinks. So, how many are coming? 10? 100? 10,000s? We need to know how many the government's sending to help.
We have, see, you got me, we got small, as he points to the little lizard man. We have that little man there with big banana. We have that monkey over there, the orange one. And we have man who just walked in, so we only have 4 people.
Okay, 4 for now or 4 later? Come on, son. Don't be don't be Josh and Gold Gramps here. Hey,
It's
we're
only
kin.
us 4.
Oh.
Come on.
It's just us.
It's just you.
Yep.
That's for us.
Anyone else
Is
want to
that a
interject?
problem for you, sir?
And immediately everyone just stops.
Aww.
You could hear a pin drop, everyone looking at you, the bartender stopping for a moment before he's kind of just looking at you all. The little piranha merfolk coming over from earlier. Celebrate? Ain't got nothing to celebrate today, Diggsy. So, they've not dispatched soldiers from up there for us. After 5 months of waiting.
5 months?
My friend,
That's a long time.
we are better than soldiers. Do you know why we're better than soldiers?
Hmm.
We don't need to follow the law.
Well, yes, that kicks, but, well, I would say we are better than soldiers, because soldiers run on loyalty and fear. We run on something much more consistent.
If it's pure spit and
Money.
blood, son, you're gonna have an issue there.
No. Cold hard cash. Money. We do our job, we get paid for it. That is much more of a significant motivator than exactly what you just said, or the loyalty that they expect the soldiers to run off of. And believe me when I say you have, believe it or not, quite the adequate fighting force sitting in front of you right now.
So what you're saying is, we're still kind of at square one, and we have a bunch of bounty hunters here with us for help. You all even
Not
know
bounty
the gang
hunters.
much?
Entrepreneurs.
I'm gonna flash the
Not at all.
sigil on my knife and say to the gentleman here, you know, we may be few in number, but I think the experience we collectively hold here, if you will, I'm very well acquainted with the Burrow Busters, if if you know what I mean. I would just love to know exactly how many we're dealing with here and what exactly is the operation you are so fearful of.
At least 200, son.
200.
And not only that, they're maybe dealing with some of the other tribes nearby, because some of them like to, you know, eat the kids for their blood or use them in their rituals. I ain't fond of that kind of magic, but I do have my own magic himself. He plays his banjo a little bit, and you see a little bit of wisps form at the end of it. Now, let's say you do help us and you do succeed. Do you mind how much or when we give it to you? Because we would only want to give it to you after we know for sure all of our kids are safe.
Oh no, absolutely. We understand that you only work on guarantees. This is why I'm saying we are more reliable. We're going to have to come back with significant proof in order to make our way out of here with any kind of payment. I understand you are a shrewd people, a hardy people. People who need to see results, not just hear promises. But believe me when I say, we deliver results.
So why
We'll
pay
bring you the
why pay in
costs of our
advance
enemies.
if we think we just run out of town? Why would that even happen there?
Well, we'd shoot you, of course. And
course,
you
that's
hear
why
like
we-
10
that's why-
different guns click behind you.
That's why I say it's better to pay after than that stuff. I don't even care about if you get paid immediately.
I'm just imagining the meme of the guy with the sort of bass that says jazz music stops, but it's just banjo music stops.
Holy music stops.
Basically. Fantasy Texas. Anyway.
Abby's going to pivot round on his chair and he's going to look at this guy. And he's going to go, "Sir, let me tell you something. These barrel busters
Burrow
are
Busters.
nothing but
Busters.
All
Ah.
busters, of course. We can call them that.
these
if you
bitch
want.
boys." Are
He kind
nothing
of chuckles. It's like, oh, you'd be saying that
They
now,
are-
but wait till they kind of stick you with everything they've got.
No, they won't. These are nothing but boys playing in a game that they do not quite understand.
They're eating kids.
Yeah, Abby, I don't think you understand exactly what the Burrow Busters are all about. They eat babies.
Anyone who lays eggs get those stolen the most, but recently they've been taking anyone who's small and easy to be taken. Like little...
And that's exactly my point, if my colleague did not stop me when I was about to say. Who are they targeting? Who are they going after? Children.
Yeah, anyone who ain't protected enough. We've been going through tribes and kind of shooing them out and building fences here and there, gathering stuff so people don't have to go out. That's why we've been hunting a bit, and Jimmy up there is having a field day. You see, we're out of bear traps, right? Yeah, we've kind of bought all those up and set them around.
Bottom line is, any group of scoundrels who solely targets the least defended members of any kind of community is not going to be able to hold their own in a battle against some true gritted warriors, some experienced fighters who know their way around a brawl.
We've been going...
We won't just end your problem here. We will end it permanently. We will deal with them in such a way that even mentioning their name as an organization will become such a taboo among the underbelly that anyone who does so will have their throat slit before they can even finish the sentence. The mere thought of ever meddling with your community ever again will become such a daydream of a daydream that people will whisper about it in the same way they do the Feywild. Do you understand?
Roll... What is it?
Holy fuck.
Persuasion?
Yeah,
Can Mr. Hand smoke in here? As
yeah,
Abby's giving this
yeah, a couple
spiel?
people are smoking. Okay, roll charisma, just pure charisma real quick.
Pure charisma.
Pure charisma.
Damn it, I was hoping it was going to be
Or would be
persuasion.
like, or performance.
No, he's
I
not
think
trying
it's
to
a
do
little
anything
bit.
like that.
Yeah,
21.
Okay.
What? 21.
He sits up, getting adjusted. It's like, okay. You want me to tell you what we've been doing so far to catch you up to speed? You may have disappointed us, but we'll give you a shot. We're ready for almost anything right now. We're willing to take what we can get. Anyway. So,
Yeah, please elaborate. Where are we in the current operation?
we've noticed that they've only been going up from the northern part to around the middle near the bats. You know the bats. They've got their own trees and stuff they hang out around. It's mostly the swampier bits that they like to skulk in. We've been making sure to keep our traps checked and everything else. A couple of them here and there will be taken from too when they're not eating the kids enough. Anyway, we've been gathering a few people. We actually got help from some of the more southern tribes because they don't want to have us suffer as much up here. And most of the people upstairs are sleeping right now. They've had a long day's travel. And I'd be one of the ones helping you out in the field. Kelvin, for those you don't know. I like to make music, and my music is very magical. And I hope you don't mind that. I know some people are a bit uppity for some music.
I do have one
Mind in the
question.
least.
Yeah?
What kind of weaponry slash arsenal do these ballbuster boys have?
They like to skulk around a lot, so we've noticed some dynamite traps that you trip up that were in the mud if you don't step too carefully. And they drop from the trees all lit and they explode. You see a couple people just kind of shudder. One's missing part of his shoulder that seems to be gone right now because you've likely got hit. Got a couple arrows here and there. They don't like guns, they like being quiet.
So they're more of the sneaky type.
Yep.
Sneaky breaky.
We kind of stick to our guns, quite literally and figuratively here. We
You see,
want to
they're
make sure people
sneaky, but
know.
they're not breaky.
What the hell's
Ah.
breaky mean?
Oh, you'll get some nerful talk from me later on. Trust me on that.
Hmm.
I have a question for you. Who's running the chapters of the Burrow Busters around here? I'm aligned with Abby. I think maybe if we can take out the leaders, in my experience of gang matters, typically you take out the leaders of a nest, the rest will scramble like rats. So if there's any lead figures in this operation, I think we should target them.
Yeah. See, I was kind of hoping you would be the one to speak up. I've seen your kind before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. We were kind of hoping Jace would know a bit more too. He's kind of in this. He's got a big heart, so he's willing to smack some folks around to help us, to give him a good line home. We've got, I don't know how to say her name, Equa, whatever, around here. She's from the Gosser tribe. And you see this one lady kind of dressed in all purple, and her staff has a bunch of feathers around it. They're an assortment of colors, mostly cooler hues, and she gives a slight wave as her hands sort of glisten a bit with magic, and Ix, you know this is druid magic.
Oh.
And we got a couple more people up there who would be willing to help. But the people that we know of, there's kind of a dim-witted half-orc that's running the more gopher operations. He knows a lot about the place and how to travel a lot, but he's not good with people. His name's Packer. He's usually seen around, and we try to chase him, but he gets away good. We don't know the other people's names, but there's at least 5 or so people running the whole business.
All right. Do they all share the same level of power, or does one of them control more than the other?
They all kind of have the same level of power, but there's one person who kind of ringleads. You'll notice that some of them are good with people, some of them are good with sneaking more than others, some of them are big and strong and nasty and stuff like that. Enough
All
to
right.
scare you out of your shorts, son.
Indeed. Do you got the name of the ringleader?
No, we don't. They won't even say. They say he's the borough chief or whatever they call him.
You know what
Well,
kind
I
of race
guess
he is, then?
Nope, I haven't even seen him.
I think we got to start with our fellow Packer here, hunt him down, and then see what information he knows.
Alright. He
Whereas,
opens up a satchel on his waist and just spreads it out over a couple chairs. So, Packer usually makes his rounds in a sort of like a what are them five-sided shapes called? I
Got
know
it.
about music more than shapes.
Should I roll an intelligence check to see if I know what shape is being referenced here?
It's a
Is it
pentagon.
a
Oh.
pentagon? Considering Borderlands has a natural 18 in intelligence, he probably knows what it is.
Yeah, Borles, you know what he's meaning.
They have like a 5 points diameter of a pentagon.
Yeah.
That's what these shapes are called. It's weird to know.
They've been mostly sneaking about in the swampier bits between the villages. See, we like to pick out islands that don't get flooded easily to set up, and I'm from the more northern bit where we usually have issues with them and around this time of year because usually people like my auntie and stuff will be laying eggs. Even though she's older than an old stew.
Now I do have one more question. Do you know not the exact number, but a grand hand of how many children slash eggs been taken so far?
With the eggs, we expect to not see them again, so we've been losing count. But for the kids, around 20 or so, just from 2 of them. The other people don't want to say how many, just who it is. We all agreed to not mention a whole lot, just in case we don't lose all the kids. So whoever we bring back, we'll bring up here, and we'll ask them who their parents are, and ask around the tribes that they've had them stolen from.
Yeah, it's better to at least know how many we can find in case if we do manage to get into a camp or whatever the belief these people have in terms of a campground, we can try to rescue as many as we could.
Aye, so we're good at rescuing kids.
Have you done so already?
We did
Oh
manage.
yeah, that,
Yeah, we did manage to get at least 2 kids mid kidnapping, I think, right?
Yes, and we return them safe to their mother immediately.
Good,
yes,
good. Oh,
save and not traumatized.
well, with you full, we have
Nothing
an army around
intimidating.
30 strong to take them out. For people who are more specialized, we've got a couple more just general hunters to take practice. We don't even have the the busters. Bro.
Oh, ball busters, okay. Boy, this is a way of taunting them.
Anyway. Packer. Anyway. We've got around 100 or so other people who are just new to shooting and stabbing and stuff like that, mostly fishermen.
Where do they typically hang out?
Oh, we got them all around here. The 30 or so people strong were the ones that were okay with leaving their tribes bit. We got a couple of their kids hanging out in some of the group homes and stuff around here. We built a couple new ones lately, up nice and high and near the trees so no one can get in. Windows that shut perfectly fine, sealed so nothing can get in, nothing can get out.
It's perfect to either trap somebody or at least protect them at least.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we don't do prisoners here. We just kill after we get what we need.
That sounds fair
Alright.
considering what they do.
Oh yeah, son.
An eye for an eye, one may call it.
Anyway,
Yes, return the favor. Feed them to the children.
so you lot will help us then?
If it means getting these kids back and not any worse aware, yes.
Alright.
Means
Happy?
killing burrow busters? I'm in.
Just to put my money where my mouth is, I'm in.
Okay.
Let's bust some. Well, bust some ball busters.
Happy, you mind giving them a good bed tonight, at least? We might not have the biggest celebration, but we can at least finish the bottle. Anyway. So, what will you do for now? We will enjoy your little night.
I'm
I
gonna
think
bust out the
keep
pipe,
drinking.
start smoking, yeah.
Ooh, what are you putting in the pipe?
Just whatever tobacco I bought at the shop. The
Okay.
general one, nothing fancy.
So if you're using the pipe, you see like little rings of smoke come out without any effort, and they sort of disperse around whomever's nearby, and you see them like calm down a little bit. Like these people were kind of hunched over, just kind of keeping themselves, and they kind of loosen up a bit.
Alright.
Borland's gonna go to Poppy and to see what he's cooking, basically, in terms of like how he could maybe assist and or like say, "Hey, do you mind if I take a turn with this? I want to see what I can make."
For the kitchen,
Yeah, or whatever grill that was up front, basically.
so he just kind of shrugs and just moves aside. You see that there's a long griddle with a small stove near there, but there's this weird giant bowl right indented in the middle of it.
Ooh, what do you use this giant bowl for?
You want to see?
I would very much like to. As you probably don't know yet, I am a bit of a chef myself, and I like to. And my goal right now, besides what we're gonna do with those bald buster boys, is just explore around and enjoy the cookings of various chefs. And you have some interesting ways.
Okay. Watch carefully. And he takes out, like, he opens a drawer, and you see it's opened up to the water below. Like, you're on a platform right now. And he brings up a net. There's a whole bunch of crayfish in there. And he takes just a handful. He doesn't bat an eye as they pinch him, and he just tosses like 12 or so into the bowl, and he just seals it top with a cloche. Boiled alive crawdads.
So that's what the crawdad is.
Yep, they're like little lobsters if you are from there.
Do you know where Nurafel is? There are probably some up there.
Let's just do a quick roll. I've not been. Is it in the norther area?
Yeah, you know where you know what where all the snow is?
We sometimes get snow around here on the very rare occasion someone's messing around, but other than that, I do
Yeah,
know for the most part.
think of that, but most of the entire year.
Oh,
But a lot of it.
that's dreadful for fishing, isn't it?
Mm, it's not that bad if you know how to get around the ice.
Mm. Anyway, what do you need to use?
uh, whatever supplies you have. I just want to see what I can cook with your supplies and maybe hand out maybe some customers.
If you want to
I
work
was
here, I don't mind so long as you stick to the recipes at hand.
I can try my best for the night just for fun.
Okay. For fun, roll performance.
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 5.
Okay. Roll survival with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Let's go.
Yeah.
20.
Normal 20. So, you don't really follow suit for the most part. You kind of default to your usually cooking. And, like, a couple people just want normal, like, seared fish. That's easy enough. You just cut it up. Fried frog legs is a bit new to you. You see Pappy just slice them up off the frog and just sets the frog into the water again. It's for gathering more crawdads. And they are battered, fried in boar fat, and they are served for a plate of 3. Crawdads are easy enough, but you see like this giant pot of stew that's been sitting there for who knows how long. And the other stuff is just easy to make. Bacon, roasted peanuts, cranberry sauce, stuff like that. But
Or let's get with a survival. This borderless, please, Poppy.
yes, you do please him after a while, and he looks fine. It's like you want your friends to have free dinner.
Perhaps yes.
Okay. What would you like then?
Uh, you know, it's just because I never tried it yet. Let's have some crawdads.
Okay. He brings out a good amount of them. Like, this is a full bowl full of 8 of them just for you. And they're nice, ripe, and red with a little bit of spices and salt on them, actually.
Ooh. Now, how does one eat this? Do we just eat the whole thing?
No, you peel it off. You eat most of the claws and the tail.
Oh, so he like pinches it off, like, oh, this is how you do it.
Yeah, give it a nice twist for the tail and the claw. What would your
You
friends
follow-
like? He kind of yells around the room.
I heard frog's legs. I've never had that before. Sounds good.
Deep fried, and you get 3 sets. Is that good?
Perfect.
Alright.
Abby is currently in the process of trying to convince as many people as he can to get involved in a drinking game, which is very, very hard to not get absolutely bollocked with.
Roll, just for the heck of it, 2d8.
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 Mr.
You've got
Ham
it.
wants to get into this game as well.
Okay.
You are more than welcome to join. 11.
So, a few other people come by. The guys from outside were like, oh, whatever, we'll get slammed with you. Ugh. How do you play this game? You get one of the bigger tables, and everyone's kind of crowding around it.
It's rather simple, really. Does anyone have a deck of cards?
I got one. And you see, like this bigger barracuda-looking fellow just drop by. You see his fangs kind of grin. All good. And I'm playing with a full deck right now.
Oh no.
So, Abby takes a card, the deck of cards.
Yep.
And he pulls one out and lays it on the table. Do you want me to like find like a random card generator?
I got one. Card generator.
I've got a card shuffler that I've just brought up.
Yeah, sure. You can just roll it up real quick. I was just trying to look for one I could use for later, maybe.
It's Jack of Diamonds.
Jack of Diamonds?
He puts
Okay.
it down on the table, and he goes to right. Who wants to play first? Who wants to play first?
Heck, why not? I'm in.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Hands. So, the first question, I'm going to keep drawing cards. Okay. If you get 4 right in a row, you win. Every time you get one wrong, you drink, and we go back to the start. So I've just drawn the Jack of Diamonds here. My first question, is the next card going to be a black card or a red card?
Um,
A black card or a red card?
Did he cut out?
we're gonna go with red on this one. Sorry, I was
Okay,
getting
let's
Okay.
have a
vision.
look. It is a red. Fantastic. It's a seven of diamonds. Next question. Is this next card going to be higher or lower than 7?
Gonna go with high.
Higher. Okay, let's have a go. I'm afraid it is an ace which is lower. You drink, my friend.
So other than getting absolutely sloshed, what are the stakes in this? Like, are we betting money or are we betting something else?
I think it's just to drink. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
This way it
You,
doesn't have
you
money.
can just do it to drink, or if you so wish, we can put it so you, I don't know, pay a copper to play, and if you make it all the way to the end of the process without drinking, you win the pool.
Okay. Sounds good. A couple people are seeing a bit more. Can we bet an item?
Items, yep, perfect, no problem.
Okay.
Items, property, animals, children, whatever it may be.
Everyone just kind of scowls as you say
Oh.
children.
I'm joking, people. Come on.
Good, because I've been needing a new set of dice. He brings out 2 6-sided dice, and like they're made of wood, and they're a bit smaller than usual.
Where
But it's
did
like
the dice come from?
what?
Where did the dice come from?
Like these people are looking for things to bet. A couple people are good with their coins.
Oh, right.
One guy brings up a set of dice. Like there's 2 of them. I've been meaning to get new ones. They still roll good. They're just old.
Okay. Who wants to have the next go?
Let's see. I need my dice to generate. You see a drow come up, and he's looking a bit beaten around the edges, kind of like all muddy, and it's like, I'll do 1 silver if you get me something good.
Okay, so you put your silver in the pool. Okay, that's your entrance to play. First things first, let's draw your first card.
Okay.
It is the 3 of diamonds.
Alright.
Is the next card going to be a black or a red card?
We'll go for a red card.
A red card, let's go. The 4 of diamonds, you're lucky so far, sir. Is the next card going to be higher or lower?
Higher.
Let's see. 8 of spades, you're lucky, sir. Next round. Is this going to be aces and faces or a number?
By aces and faces, you mean ace, jack, queen, king, right?
I do.
Alright. I'm going to go for a number.
A number. It's a 10. Very good. You're on the final round, my friend. Once more. Will this be a black card or a red card?
He thinks for a moment and goes, red.
The 5 of spades, I'm afraid you got pipped right at the last post. Down your drink, my friend, I'm afraid you've lost this round.
Alright. He kind of raises his hand and goes, 1 glass of wine, please, cranberry. And gets a glass of pure liquid and downs it fairly quickly. I like this
Good
game
man,
so far.
good man.
Is that
Good
coin
man,
yours
good
now?
man. That coin is part of the pool. It is not mine, it is for the winner if anyone makes it all the way through.
Okay, let's, just for the sake of things, let's do... You're just doing the cards, so... roll... A few people will seem to lose interest for the most part, just mostly into watching and drinking, but 5 people look up. You see a couple people do coins, but the one person who wants to bet their dice are still going, so 5 d20s just rolled straight.
5 d20s.
Yep. Okay, so the next person comes up. It's like a very seasoned looking gator folk with only 1 arm. Like, okay, I gotcha. let's do it with this. And he brings up a coin, but he also tosses a small bit of quartz on the table. And after a couple rounds, he seems pretty keen to the game, and immediately just goes, "Ha! I got it! I gotcha! Give me the coin, fella."
The coin?
Yep.
Oh, did he win?
He won. The first one was a win.
Fantastic. I pushed whatever's in the pool over to him.
He takes his coin and the silver and just goes, "Ha! Gotcha!" It's like, you can keep the copper for the pool. I just wanted the silver.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Remember, you're still more than welcome to down your drink if you so choose.
Oh, for sure. And he just drinks a thing of grog and just giggles all the way out as he sits by the fire and gets more drink. The next game...
And Abby is...
Yep.
Abby's quite content to just spend the rest of the evening getting people to mildly gamble and get as drunk as possible.
Yeah. So, I will say this. The one person that did come in, they did bet their dice and they lost them, so you now have 2 wooden dice for just normal 6-sided dice.
Oh, I'm not keeping any of the pool.
Well, it's in the pool. Oh, it's just, you're just doing that?
Yeah, no, I am purely in this to see people just humiliate themselves and get drunk.
Yeah, a couple people did get drunk, but in the end, someone did win everything, and they're very happy. They look sort of like they're made of rock with sort of like gemstones here and out, but they're just smiling contently. It's like little wood.
Excellent.
Coins.
No,
Nice.
congratulations.
I like your games. You should play more.
I always do.
All right. And Gex, anything you want to do before bed with Mr. Hands? Mr.
Gex
Hands
is
gonna
gonna
do
take a look around to see if there is like anything being eaten that looks interesting, and then order the same. So what are people eating?
You see people mostly just digging into frog legs and the occasional like bowl of soup that just seems to be like random bits and bobs. You see bacon, lots and lots of bacon people are ordering just to eat with their bread, which is like dark brown, unrefined oat bread. Like the one lady from earlier orders a salad of all things, and it seems like very nice watercress. But as people are eating the frog legs, you see them dipping it into some weird brown-looking sauce, like very caramel brown.
Arnold's secret
Fruit-
sauce.
One
Right.
serving of frog legs and secret sauce.
And
Secret-
poop sauce.
Peanut sauce or
Mm.
cranberry sauce?
Oh, that's a choice. What do you recommend?
The peanut sauce is good. It gives it a nice nutty flavor.
I wonder why.
All right. So Pappy just hands you a
One of those,
plate.
please.
Pappy hands you a plate with the little peanut sauce sort of in a small cup and 3 sets of frog legs fried and battered. It's Szechuan sauce.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, not the Szechuan sauce, please.
You
not
have
the
to have a
Szechuan.
certain level of intelligence to eat this sauce. In order to eat the Szechuan sauce, you have to make an intelligence check.
Yeah. To be
No.
fair, you gotta be
You have a high IQ in
very
order to eat this.
High IQ.
20. not
20.
natural.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
he-
eat the
he-
sauce.
I'm a high IQ lizard.
Anyway,
He clearly watches Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Mr. Hands, what are you up to?
I think I'm just gonna step outside and smoke a cigarette and strike up conversation in case anyone wants to chat.
You see a couple people chatting at Jimmy's, like one person's brought in a big fish and Jimmy just immediately just guts it and just slams all the meat on the table for them. Alright, 1 silver? Okay. And he just happily waves him off. It's like, hey monkey, what you doing?
I'm just having a smoke. You want one?
No, I don't smoke. Bad for the meat.
What if you
Actually,
smoke away
smoking
from
is
me?
great for me.
I'll do it. And he just jumps over the stand and just puts up a little sign that says closed.
All right, I'll roll one up for our little friend Jimmy here, and I guess I'll strike up conversation. So, Jimmy, what brings you down into the Great Cascade here to open up a shop like this?
Oh, I've always lived here. This is just where I live.
I used to live here too, believe it or not, before I went up to the capital.
What you do up there?
I do all sorts of business, escorting, delivery, all the. I don't know why I transitioned into a British accent there. Hold on. all the good stuff you may know there. doing a bit of dirty work and manual work when it's needed. But recently the way that people live in the capital just didn't match with my values, to say the least. So I'm looking to come back home where there's less society, if you will.
Mm. Well, I will say this: once you go to the city, you can't really escape for too long. That's why I'm kind of avoiding that. I do like Passagia more. More farm animals, lots of horses.
I can't say that I'm too obliged to one area or another, but I completely feel that you really can't escape the city no matter where you go.
But you're still a roamer,
Say,
though.
in some senses or not, I don't know if this is our final destination. We'll see how the things go with the Burrow Busters, but I think there's a lot of circumstances which will determine if we continue to travel or not. We'll see. We'll see. We got a lot of loose ends to tie up.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. All I know is you
Great.
can't really find home immediately. Sometimes home finds you.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? As Mr. Hands finishes his cigarette and then waddles back inside. Thanks for the conversation, Jimmy. I appreciate the chat here.
No problem. Thanks for the smoke. I will have to change my clothes before I open back up again.
Sure. Have a good night.
Anyway, are you all going to finish up for the night and go upstairs and take a sleep?
I do want to ask Poppy
He
like
wants to
one
do
key
one
question.
last thing before going to bed.
Okay.
And this is only after everyone's pretty much like the bar's closed, everyone's going to bed.
Last
Abby
call and
wants to get
everything.
up on Abby wants to get up on the roof.
The roof
What?
itself. There's a little balcony area, so it is a little bit possible for you to get on the roof if you roll dex. Acrobatics.
Okay,
Acrobatics, sorry.
I'll ask
Acrobatics
probably
it
one
is.
question. It'll probably take like 2 seconds for fun.
Okay.
Borlis is going to like talk to Poppy as he's up clean up like the mess and stuff like that.
Yeah.
By the way, have you seen any other lizard folk that kind of just like me recently at all?
I see lots of lizard folk, but not many dressed like you. May have seen one the other day, but he's been a bit jittery.
Was he big or was he what kind? What did he look like exactly?
Didn't look like he belonged here. We'll say that.
Like what kind of clothing was it? I was just wondering.
It kinda looked like yours. It looked all torn and stuff. Like, he takes another look. Oh, those stripes. Yeah, I've seen them.
Oh, it's stripes, you say? I'm surprised. I'm surprised Iggy's wearing that stuff.
Iggy. Iggy. He didn't call himself Iggy. He didn't say his name much.
Can I roll inside to kind of guess what he's trying to go for
Insight, yep.
with a 12?
And
Like,
just for fun, he's trying to recall. He sees a good amount of lizard folk here and there. He doesn't really pay attention to clothes much. He's more engrossed in the food for cooking, so I don't really see many people, so
his wouldn't have to be white with black stripes, would it?
white with black. See, I didn't see white for the part. I saw more like gray. I don't know if it's because it was dirty or what, but this guy did not seem like he was doing too hot. He wanted to go south too, but he didn't say why. We sent a couple people out down there, and they went back to their villages after.
Could it be an oldie? Hmm. I'll have to remember this later.
Hmm.
But anyways, thank you so much for letting me use your cooking establishment to help out your with the night and to learn more about the cooking down here in Yurdak.
Well,
Or
if you want
Idiak.
to know more about the cooking, avoid the bats. The big ones that are in the trees. They like fruit only. Fruit, sweetest thing you've ever heard. I like the tart fruit, like the cranberries here. He has a bowl full of the red ones. I'm going to be making cranberry sauce in my room later tonight, just to prep for tomorrow, but they all have
Oh,
the sweetest things
we
ever.
we have stoves in our rooms, if that's correct, right?
Stoves in your rooms? He kind of gives a chuckle. Up there we've got hammocks and mats, son.
Oh. But can I borrow perhaps one of your stoves to cook for a couple of hours then, and then leave it out in here for the evening.
Will you clean up and not use any of my ingredients?
I have my own ingredients.
Alright. I'll check on you every so often if that's okay.
And Borderless is going to basically make his second batch of quass.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
oh
Hell
no.
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
time, boys. Come on. Round 2.
Okay, we'll roll survival in a bit. Abby, what are you up to?
Cranking his wank.
On the roof. Well, did I get onto the roof first of all?
Yeah, you got on the roof. You kind of struggled for a bit, but after you getting your feet up and your arms up on the rooftop, you got balanced quick. Still slanted, but there's a little flat bit on top.
I'm just gonna have a look around the general area, and then I'm gonna activate my sword. I'm gonna hold it up in the air, and I'm just gonna go. How close are we?
To what?
You know what?
You see it kind of shudder, and then immediately one of the shards jumps off into the bog. And there's a very big section where there isn't anything. No plants, just dirty, murky water.
Noted. Well, looks like we got a job, and then my time here may very quickly be coming to an end.
The sword
Abby's
kind of
gonna hop
twists your
down
hands
off
a
the
little
roof.
bit. As you go,
Pardon, sorry?
the sword twists your
Pardon,
hands a
sorry?
little bit, like back and forth, like as you're holding onto it, and it just shakes. No, almost.
No.
And then it stops.
Interesting.
So there's
And
two.
Abby's gonna hop down off the roof, and he's gonna go to bed.
So there's two types of sleeping arrangements. There's hammocks and there's mats on the floor. Just mats full of
Hammock time.
Like, dib on a hammock.
monkey hammock.
Key
Before
hammock.
this is done, he's gonna hit that hammock action.
Okay. So, guess what time it is?
Have a beer making.
Not just that. We're just gonna go, well, quick survival from Borliz. Yeah.
15.
This is going better than last time, I will say. You can kind of just leave it to sit after a bit as you fill up your alcohol fermenting thing.
Alright. And if Poppy comes by and checks on me, he's like, if it smells bad, just leave it alone. It's part of the process.
Smells decent so far. Anyway, you have a good
Trust
night
me,
now.
later on, you'll probably understand why. and then Borderless just goes hop on that hammock and just has a good night.
Okay, so everyone, you are now level 2.
Ooh.
Anyway, I do have little things prepared for everything, just so everyone can adjust their sheets. I'm going to be going in the order of Mr. Hands, Borliz, Abby, and Gix. So
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be doing Mr. Hands first for the level up session, just for a little bit of fun.
Okay.
Anyway, while they're doing that, everyone readjust your sheets, do your rolls, whatever you need to do. Ask me for spells and PMs or when it gets to be your turn, and we can all be that. So, while I have your attention, your head smacks back into the raggy pillow in the hammock. After a long journey in the largest swamp of the world, you sit back, reminiscing a little. Your mind is aflutter with the various memories of your life before V, focusing on plenty of vines and thick branches to swing to and fro. You see yourself just kind of on a big banyan tree branch, one of those curvy ones. Others like you swing on by, laughing as they all race through. Monkey time. Would
I
you
was
like?
gonna say, having a monkey dream right now.
You're having a
It's
monkey dream.
it's literally just the original Donkey Kong music that's going on.
Yep.
I'm gonna join them. If I'm having a monkey dream, I'm gonna have a swinging good time. I'm gonna
All
start
right.
rolling around.
Roll dexterity real quick. Acrobatics, actually.
Oh, whoop.
Beautiful. You all swing to and fro, carelessly and swiftly. You feel a twinge of your natural side returning to you, making you feel free, nostalgic almost. For a moment, you feel incredibly at peace. Everyone just kind of goes about their day. People you've not seen forever and on a while, and some new people. Kind of all laughing as you all do your usual stuff that you do, getting plenty of food, having a nice little tree fort here and there. And your life flashes back to you laying there as you wake up in the middle of the night, feeling your breath heavy. Perhaps you can combine the knowledge you've gained from being in your line of work, and from the jungle itself. Ranger level 2.
Yeehaw!
Basically, I was just saying all of your stuff. It's like flash of inspiration for rangerness. Anyway.
Got it. Cool.
Oh yeah, and just for fun, all of your HP is back to normal. And you also get your new HP. So you're doing your thing. Borliz.
Yes.
As you go to sleep, you actually awaken what seems like home. Your warm bed, fun people who are similar to you going down the halls. You see Anoli kind of just run outside and book it real quick. Seems like he's caused a bit of trouble. Feels like the middle of winter. Sort of home away from home. I think he's nowhere to be found yet, and the bedroom was full of people either passed out, drunk, or trying to rest. And you feel a bunch of scents waft into your nose. Roll survival real quick to find out what you smell.
Oh. Oh, I know that smell from anywhere.
Immediately, you smell boiled carrot, herring, onion, garlic,
Because
and
Homer Simpson just drools from the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh.
and instinctively, you know where the kitchen is. Do you go through?
Oh, I do.
And sitting in the middle of the kitchen, with a figurative yet literal mountain of potatoes nearby, you see Babushka. Ah, Borlis, come on and help cook. Peel them. Carrot and beets are already done.
Oh, let's do this, babushka. Let us cook this mighty meal.
Shuba for tonight. Other potatoes are for salad and pancake, and she keeps on listing more and more to be made into food soon, as she's feeding the whole village again, practically. You've been eating good, I see. Not too much blandness over there.
The whole village again? Babushka, this is amazing. Let's do this.
Yes, yes. Not eating too much bland food?
No.
Okay.
We're having a great time.
Okay, we have no time to waste, and you spend a good, like, it feels like hours just catching up and smiling along as you peel the potatoes, and there's a barrel full of peels already. For later, we know you all like these. Anyway, we have no time to waste, you'll soon be done here, and we have to cook fast. From the icebox, she takes out, like, a heap of layers already set, and all that's needed is the potatoes on top. You know what to do.
He starts doing what needs to be done.
Alright, and just to make it really quick so it sets, do your freezing magic, you know. I'll help set it up quick first.
Gotcha. As he starts doing precipitation to make the food more cooler, and maybe use like rare frost, and maybe like do a couple like freezing zaps
Okay.
or
And
flash freeze stuff.
just so people know what shuba is, it is basically like a bunch of layers, and it's all sorts of vegetables and fish. And it's like, good, and she cuts up a very thick slice for you. And smiles. Now you eat that, go back to your room, and I'll see you again soon, okay, Bolis?
Okay, babushka.
Okay. Oh, and don't worry about Iggy and Renoli too much. They're good boys.
I know. I worry too much. Okay.
Okay. So good heart. Now, you be on your way.
As he shuffles on along back to his room to enjoy stuff.
Okay. With a clean plate, you drift off into deeper sleep, full of memories, full of stomach, and full of soul with life. Your mind is full of ideas. Perhaps as this food fills you like magic, you can fill the things you tinker with magic. Level 2 Artificer.
Yep, I got my fused items all ready to go. It's just I gotta get the stuff for it.
Beautiful. Abby, are you ready?
I am indeed.
Okay. As you touched down to your hammock, the sudden silence was deafening. Like, you could hear, like, frogs croaking and crickets chirping every now and then. But suddenly you hear nothing, except for your blade shuddering in your scabbard. It seemed like you were all alone in a moment before the room shattered into shards. Footsteps rung about, echoing endlessly as the sounds moved closer. As you look through the shards, you could see the appearance of deep void everywhere, before a fair-skinned woman with deep golden hair and a ratty gray cloak stood. The necklace of a broken crown around their neck. Good evening. I've decided to take this form today, if you don't mind.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm just glad to see you back. You know, it's been a while.
It has been. How's life been treating you? Oh, wait, I know the answer. You've been having a good time, haven't you?
Well, as of recent, considering, you know, you somewhat left me high and dry about a year or so ago.
Well, you've had
I-
some failures along your way.
Well, look, I understand your disappointment in me becoming a bit overly comfortable. However, I do think there was a slight overreaction, maybe on both of our parts here, in terms of, you know, my sudden dip in capabilities and liabilities and general freedoms.
Well, I will say this. She flicks her wrist, and you see the deed to the ship. You're not getting this anytime soon. Maybe a bit later, she rolls it up and just poofs into the air into a shower of dust and shards. Well, you do
Look.
know where it is. You know how this land is. Contracts and all that stuff. I can't exactly fight a deity in this state.
I understand, but look, I'm trying my best here to get people to indulge as much as I possibly can. I'm trying to get people to engage in a, you know, a bit of everything as much
Oh.
as I can, but look, I just need a little more. I need something more. You know how powerful I once was. I just need a little bit of that back. And I'd be able to do more for you.
Oh, that was already the plan, dear. As she steps forward, she kind of swoops around your shoulders and just massages them. That little merchant fellow you had earlier is making some interesting purchases as we speak. I assume, because you know I'm very good at hearing, that little house he's spoken of, that's very, very nice for an ultimate path. Indulgence isn't my only thing. I like changing people's lives and making them realize what they can have on their various paths in life. You just have a very roundabout way of doing it that I'm quite fond of. For now, you want an extra little bonus for your capabilities?
More than anything.
I'll give you a little help. And with a giggle, they shatter into various shards. You see their previous forms through all of them, except one flips around, and you see nothing, and it jolts to your sword. And you feel a slight twinge as it rattles, and the sword seems to get a little bit longer. Not too much, but a little bonus. After all, plans are meant to change when necessary. And just like that, you're back to your room. Warlock level 2.
Hell
Well,
yeah, sword
hey.
enlargement.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
And now to the good boy.
Banana.
You feel very close to home right now, even if it's just out of the city and back into some sort of forest. You awaken in a very interesting spot. The splendor of a jungle is around you, a whole different form, very pristine air. And you were sat beneath an elevated island connected to rock on one path in a large copse. A waterfall spewing out water in a very ring-like shape river below, and the river slowing downwards, with a tiny sprout in the center and a patch of loamy soil. You can roll nature if you'd like to detect what it is.
That I will.
You take a little looks here and there, but immediately you realize Manicus is missing. He's been appearing in your dreams every so often. And it flutters a little, flicking up, as if to acknowledge you.
What? Is that you?
While the issue does seem pressing, another one swiftly arises. From the jungle, you hear a tirade of voices whispering in tandem. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I see you've been quite busy already, little one.
Ananicus?
Not Bananicus. You've been here before, little one. Just not aware of it. Your dreams, cannot recall them all each night. Those were times one of our envoys was trying to get you to reach our domain. Perhaps soon you can see all of your allies. But for now, your little wildfire spirit shall blossom. A long, thin root extends upwards from the ground beneath you, quickly forming into a cluster of banana fronds. Deep reddish-orange like fire, with a singular fruit, a small one that can be devoured in one bite. Eat, little one. The fire within burns, but do not let it consume you. You are in control of your own flame.
I should say that Bananicus is already chowing down on the fruit.
Banana, you mean Gix.
I mean cakes, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And
Banana
as you
eats.
bite down,
Banana eat.
you are suddenly back to your bed, calmly rolling over and back. Druid level 2.
Oh.
And with that,
Ding.
any questions before we do stuff? Because I'm going to end the session right after that.
No, I think I just finished my updates on my sheet, but I think we're all good.
Okay.
Just for fun,
Yeah, I
does
just need
anyone
to
want to know
update
what
my
kind of
sheet, and then I'll be all good as well.
does anyone want to know what items I have for infusing? Just for
Yes.
fun. There it is. A 2-minute is yes or no, but basically I have repeating shot. I can do for a light crossbow for fun, or whatever weapon basically. Sending stones, alchemy jug, and bag of holding for replicating net magic items.
Okay.
And I get to make 2 of those things.
Does
right now.
Ranger get spells at level 2, or am I just thinking Paladin?
No, you're right. I think I may have them under class features instead of actual spells.
Okay, so we can do that between sessions if you would need to do that.
Yeah.
I got the thing anyways, I can
Make
double
correct
check.
it.
Okay. Just as a random question, how was the level up sequences?
Ranger level 2.
Yeah, you get
you get
I like
some
that.
spells.
That
you
was
get
good.
2 spells known and 2 spell slots. So yeah, you get 2 spells.
I'm just really glad
Yeah.
because I like making level up seem more powerful. And not just like, hey, I'm suddenly
Mm.
stronger. You actually have a reason to be stronger.
Eat magic fruit and dream. I'm
Yep.
not strong.
Basically.
Gexus ate his Flintstone vitamin gummies.
it was the Velma one. The Wilma one.
It was not the Dino one, at least.
Yeah. Dino
They're too
one is
powerful
grapes.
for him.
But yeah. So, just for funsies, there's Artificer gets, I think, an extra spell, maybe? Or an extra spell slot.
No, I think it's just nothing really. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I don't get an extra spell slot yet.
Because I know Warlock gets Eldritch Invocations and stuff.
Yeah,
And
I get
No,
one.
I
I
don't
get
get,
one
like-
extra. I get one extra spell and 2 Eldritch Invocations.
very nice.
Only thing I get is infused items right now. So literally, they get magic items I can make.
Yeah.
I probably make 2 of those suckers anyways.
And
I-
Ranger
I
gets
already know what
spells.
spell I'm gonna say.
And
Yep.
Wildfire Druid can now wild shape and summon the Wildfire Spirit.
So now
Anything else
Bananas
on
can
next?
literally. So now
No,
Bananas can
Bananas
literally
Oh,
DPC
right! I
all
forgot to
forces.
do something. Right,
And
hold
I can
on a
also
moment.
use him as a flamethrower.
Oh boy. Yeah,
Oh,
sadly,
Lord.
Gix, you kind of had someone on the hook for a little bit, but not in the member of the Bananicus legend. Like, I try to see if the words go into them, and
I see.
it's 10 minus the druid level, so well, half druid level. So
Oh.
if you rolled a 9 or higher, you'd have gotten them.
Oh well.
Pretty sure they're
Next
more
time.
focused on the kiddos rather than the banana.
No, the one old man that he kind of got hooked in the mining village.
Mhm.
Anyway, so we'll be ending it right there. And I have a lot to write for this week still.
All right, it's time for poor Liz to now start creating a bunch of weird items for fun.
Yep. Oh, hi, Yuri. You kind of joined in the last bit.
Hey, welcome to the stream that's ending.
Yeah.
Open the stream, we
You can
just
always
finished.
Yeah,
Watch
we
the
just
VOD.
finished up, so I'm gonna stop the recording here for fun.